Hey, bitch. Benz up. Northwest shit. Up toast, talk shit, and we swallow spit. You niggas fool. Thought y'all was solid. Ain't that about a bitch drip sauce? Mix the Louis with the off-white. You niggas hoes. Game goofy, nowhere boss like. VV's on my chest, Jubilee on my left wrist, and white and blue. B-22s off my checklist. Ride around with 7.6 tools, bitch, we reckless. 30 plus shots if you reach at this necklace. TVC, blast first gang, bitch, we wreck shit. Currency, watch it stack it up like it's Tetris. White on white whips, and I still got the Lexus. Step foot in front of this AR, that's a death wish. It's funny games to them hollow tips to this funny bone. We sitting with a long ass face, I guess it's money gone. Drop low on 2 niggas, that shit had me up. Since you niggas pocket watch, go ahead, add me up. Smack.
We ain't into that. You niggas ain't got a bag, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. That bitch don't fuck it over, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas ain't on the block, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks, we ain't into that.
It ain't no plan, both sides, that's what the suckers do. I feel the fans been watching close, I gotta stick and move. Glizzy with a drum, thumbing through blue strips when these bitches choosing. They trying to catch me to wet me, that's why I'm sticking moving. Bitch, I'm a thug that hold a grass, so I can't cease to shooting. 100 to the jeweler, 30 on my wrist freezing. I'm overlapping niggas quick, it ain't no competition. Bitches feeling bitter, cause I'm popping and on that nigga. Let it fall back, and I'ma rob one of these rapping niggas. The shooters off of E, bounce out and get the gas and niggas. Talk about 100, I spent it twice cause the bag right. Do it for my section, trying to get a set some limelight. Killers on level 4 with no parole, that's facing double life. Broke it out, the bitch was in the bricks when I was selling white. Killers on level 4 with no parole, that's facing double life. Broke it out, the bitch was in the bricks when I was selling white. His hands up.
We ain't into that. You niggas ain't got a bag, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. That bitch don't fuck it over, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas ain't on the block, we ain't into that. We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks, we ain't into that.
BFG 300 shit. Let's get to the money conversations as of lately I've been reaching. Blew the bag to get them cases closed, dismisses and repeated. I paid the cost to be the boss. It's only right a nigga beat it. Lately battling against the odds and sucker shit. No, I can't be with. I've been broke before, got rich, some more see money coming leasy. Niggas switch up on their gangsters, get painted on tall teeth. And back doors been flapping open. Ain't no peace inside these streets. If my partner fuck with the sucks, then on my partner I might breathe. This Glock 30, hold 30 while throwing 30 while I squeeze and cuffing please. When they're a nigga like what the fuck you niggas think? They don't keep it gang business, they talk the hoes and the police. So what I tell you, if you lost, you can't get back from biting cheese, nigga. Gang.
Need a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. Now watch me put them in the air decide kite work.
Keep it street, but most niggas don't keep it gangster. He go with rap, but not the block, go get your rank up. Break it out the bitch and whip the arm and hammer. Be cautious about them niggas, it's round, you niggas be walking cameras. On gang.
You niggas tricking on a bitch, I'm getting to the cheese. Yo, bitch, pussy wetter than a 7 C's. 5-inch ARPs, we got 10 of these. Fresh nickel, 2-tone with the limit squeeze. Catch them up in traffic, jacking up on you niggas' cars. Let this smacker play through if you fuck with bars. It's BFG tackle gang, we don't fuck with stars. Turn this block into a range if you fuck with ours. Christian lose on my feet, that was 3K. The bitch is broke on the trick, I'm on deep weight. Now I don't fuck with ghost Glocks, they got a delay. Heavy stepper in the game like it's EA. Need a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. Now watch me put them in the air decide kite work.
Keep it street, but most niggas don't keep it gangster. He go with rap, but not the block, go get your rank up. Break it out the bitch and whip the arm and hammer. Be cautious about them niggas, it's round, you niggas be walking cameras. On gang. boss of the labels, the haters speaking on me. Glizzy singing pressure, rebuking the demons breathing on me. I'm chasing meals, one foot in the field, I'm trying to snatch it out. But since it's something, leave it stuck, ain't shit to talk about. Confidential, when we speak of business, cause these niggas iffy. Envy from the closest, wouldn't be surprised if the homies shit me. The opposition, think they want above, cause niggas straight offense. Keep my name in their dinner and dick right on like these groovy bitches. If he ain't prone to go for soda, nah, I ain't fucking with him. Respected and connected, with the street shit, I'm a made nigga. My thoughts, severe and sucker sides are trying to blow him down. He crossing for a bitch, just imagine them people come around. Traffic keep macking, they verified, I can't stamp them, I know the niggas is whacking shit. Niggas caught up on rapping, I leveled up from the averages. Money, sex, and murder got peppered up from the savages. I play these niggas close with a long spoon and feed them dishes. See killers turn to rats when the realest niggas start snitching. Tough niggas turn to bitches when they facing time in prison. Niggas recount they statement and gain leverage at they sentence. And they slipping, I bet it's on me, ain't off me, I bet it's with me. Better validate no other nigga gangster cause it's tricky. Swap the stick for a 50 and slap the switch on the glizzy.
Playing with the shit, ayy. Little chick still playing with the shit, ayy. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, what you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, ayy. You can tell who really playing with the shit, ayy. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch. I heard my name in rooms that I ain't been in. They running off shit that I invented. You gotta show that ass and all them titties. You cannot rap, that's all facts, you all gimmicks. I'm a big dog in my division. I'm the big boss in y'all pigeons. Bird assholes with no vision. I gotta fuck my ass and I made my own millions. Broke ass nigga, I can tell you a thug. Rich ass bitch, I wear Chanel in the tub. PWS, I'm a player with a club. Number 30 in that bitch, it ain't no snare in that drum. Car out of shit, you can tell when I come. It's the edge and I dip, keep it player when I'm done. Hey, I'm with the shit, hey, with all of it. I'm a superstar, but I hang with players and the thugs. Playing with the shit, hey. Little chick still playing with the shit, hey. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, would you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, hey. You can tell who really playing with the shit, hey. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch.
I can tell, nigga sick. Feel like I'm homeless. I be laying with them sticks. Shit, for real. Bitch, all advance on my wrist. Early in the morning to some egg toast grits. Fuck is my meat? Hell wrong with this bitch. Shopping for new tools, got your hoe on my list. Eat the egg hunt, shells post, buy splits. Pull up, knock his power out the pole, gotta switch. No more responding, I'ma catch him, nigga, know he slides. When them bald heads hit him, he ain't Jody mama. Yeah, I dropped a song called Who Shot You, but he know who got him. Look the way we got, dog gone, feel like Coney Island. Man, bitch, keep on hating, cause my side hoe look like Pocahontas. Ex-bitch had a shot, she let him fuck it up, just photo bombing. Knocked her for 250,000, when it bought some house. Guess he fresh to death, he hit the mall, we caught him walking out it.
Playing with the shit, ayy. Little chick still playing with the shit, ayy. Got it back, still playing with the shit. Oh, homeless ass nigga, would you stand with the bitch? Playing with the shit, ayy. You can tell who really playing with the shit, ayy. You broke as hell, you ain't playing with the shit. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch. Pillow talking on the players while you live with the bitch.
Niggas know me, been off the points since like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My 9th and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't into that. You niggas don't turn no blocks. We ain't into that.
Main thing about Mackin, he gon' stand on business. Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgiveness. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is bitch. Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hoe something. Ooh.
Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing, that's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell, that's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
OJ puts himself, hypothetically, at the scene of the crime.
Why don't you tell me what might have happened on the night of June 12th, 1994?
Charlie.
You park
in the hypothetical in the alley.
Right. You park in the alley.
Yeah.
And you put on a wool cap and gloves.
In the hypothetical, I put on a cap and gloves.
Right.
Yeah.
You reached under the seat for
a knife. I always kept a knife in the car for the crazies and stuff because you can't travel with a gun. And I remember Charlie saying, "You ain't bringing that." And I didn't, right? But I believe he took it.
Charlie took the knife?
Yeah. In the book.
Yeah.
And I remember I grabbed the knife. I do remember that portion, taking the knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around. And I hate to say this, but this is hypothetical. I'm sorry. Right. I know we got to back up again.
Right. It's okay. I'm going to back up.
This is hard.
This is hard. I know. I'm going to back up to
try to make people think that I'm
Shapiro now says that a lot of what you think you know about the trial is wrong.
The prosecution wedded themselves to one knife, one killer theory. I think it's pretty clear that it was within reasonable medical probability that more than one knife was used. There's a strong possibility that more than one person was involved.
And you believe the killer of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman has never faced trial?
I think there's a strong possibility that that's the case.
So you're O.J. Simpson in 1994, and you've just been accused of brutally murdering your ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman. Right from the start, there was a ton of evidence against you. Your blood was found at the crime scene, while Nicole's blood ended up all over your car and clothes. You had all the motive, all the opportunity. Anyone would look at this case and say, case closed, O.J. Simpson did it. But here's the thing. In this world, if you have enough money, you will never go to prison. And as one of the most famous football players of all time, you had all the money in the world. But even so, there was extremely strong evidence against you. So how were you going to wiggle your way out of a double murder charge? Luckily, you had three things going for you. 1, you were able to put together the dream team of the very best lawyers. 2, there were some wild racial tensions of the time, which lets you play the race card. And 3, while everyone's eyes were fixated on you, no one stopped to think that there might have been a second killer alongside you. That's right, there was a second killer that has escaped the public's consciousness to this very day. And this would be your ace in the hole. And so, you and your lawyers put together the greatest defense plan ever to manipulate the jury into saying,
not guilty of the crime of murder.
The next 17 months would go down as the trial of the century, and you as the luckiest man alive. And how are we so sure as to all of this? Because years after you got acquitted, you decided to write a book entitled, If I Did It. It was going to be a global bestseller. Never before had anyone written a murder confession to a murder they got acquitted for. But obviously the victims' families were furious that you were trying to profit off of murdering their loved ones, so your book never got published. Your confession would stay a secret. That was until 2007, when a Florida court ruled to give your book to the Goldman family. Once they read it, they knew it had to be published. It was as close to a confession as they would ever get. And so on September 13th, 2007, If I Did It was made public. Except they made the word "if" very tiny on the book cover. And what it revealed was truly shocking. Welcome to How to Get Away With It. And this is how O.J. Simpson got away with it. O.J. Simpson spent $3 to $5 million on his trial, and the government spent over $9 million to prosecute him. Getting justice costs a lot of money. But what if you've been victimized and don't have millions of dollars at your disposal? Well, that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. Morgan & Morgan is a law firm where you only pay if they win your case, and they have recovered over $15 billion for their clients. Corporations they have taken on include 3M, Johnson & Johnson, and Monsanto. But they don't just take on giant cases like this. Let's say you got into a wrongful car accident, or were the victim of medical malpractice, or even the Maui wildfires, for example, or any of the other areas they practice in. All you have to do is go to forthepeople.com/how-to with the link below. There you can submit your claim in 8 clicks or less. After that, Morgan & Morgan will evaluate your case, and that's it. If they can take your case, you're going to have America's largest injury law firm fighting for you for $0 out of pocket. Just like they fought for Porter Ranch residents affected by a giant gas leak and got a $1.8 billion settlement. So you can scroll down and click the link below to go to forthepeople.com/how-to to get your free case evaluation today. Thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring the video. O.J. Simpson met Nicole Brown when she was just 18 years old. And over the next 15 years, they looked like the perfect all-American couple. They got married, had kids, and lived in a massive house in Los Angeles. To everyone on the outside, they had the perfect life. But in private, things were nowhere near as great. According to O.J. and Nicole's friends, the couple was always fighting, and more often than not, those fights would turn violent. It got so bad that Nicole started keeping a record of all the times O.J. had abused her, a total of 60 in just a few years. And it wasn't just Nicole keeping record. More than once, police had been called out to their home over O.J.'s behavior.
A little later, my housekeeper came and told me that the cops were outside. And the one thing that hurts me as much as anything in this, besides being considered by some a murderer, just being a batterer.
Police arriving at the scene describe a bloody and terrified Nicole hiding in the bushes. She ran toward them, screaming that O.J. was going to kill her. Her sister took photos documenting Nicole's injuries. It was one of multiple occasions that police responded to Rockingham for a domestic disturbance. This time, O.J. would be charged with spousal abuse and sentenced to 120 hours of community service.
By 1992, Nicole and O.J. divorced, but the drama wasn't over yet.
Even as the couple waited for their divorce to be finalized, Nicole's close friends say O.J. began stalking her.
On the way home, I'd say, I'll see if she's home. If she's still up, I don't know how late she stayed out. Maybe, I can get something. In any event, as I approached her front door, she has a window right along the walkway there. I can hear something and I can see movement. And when I look, I can obviously see she was involved in something. I didn't know who it's with or what. And I hit the door and left.
When you knocked on the door?
No, I just hit the door.
When you hit
I wanted them to be alert, be aware that somebody's around and maybe they'd move or something. That's why I didn't even look. I just hit the door twice and left.
Everything in O.J. and Nicole's lives was building up to the moment when O.J. snapped. And as O.J. Simpson, you had become jealous, obsessive, and dangerous. The last straw came on the night of June 12, 1994, when you and Nicole attended your daughter's school recital. Something about Nicole's dress had set you off. It was short and tight, not something you thought the mother of your children should be wearing. To Nicole, it seemed like something completely insignificant. Little did she know it would drive you to murder. After the recital, Nicole and her family went out to a restaurant with her kids, where her mom accidentally left her glasses behind. One of the waiters at the restaurant, Ron Goldman, knew Nicole and offered to go by her house to drop it off. Less than an hour later, they were both dead, and you were the #1 suspect. But how did you do it? In the murder trial, it was all the small things like the famous gloves not fitting that created reasonable doubt. The small possibility that maybe you didn't do it. And building on that, the dream team eventually convinced the jury to let you go.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
But it left a lot of questions unanswered. Why didn't the gloves fit? Who got rid of your bloody clothes? And how did you move your car into the driveway when you were already in the house? The secret lies in the one thing neither you nor your lawyers mentioned throughout the trial, and everyone overlooked: Charlie, the second killer that everyone somehow overlooked. So let's go over a minute-by-minute account of how the actual murder went down now.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch.
After your daughter's recital, you drove home in a bad mood. Nicole hadn't invited you to dinner with her family, but you hadn't wanted to go with them anyway. You had a flight to catch to Chicago at 11:45 that night and wanted to get home to finish packing. By the time you arrived home, you were starving, so you and Cato Kalin, a friend who was living in your guest house, headed over to McDonald's in your black Bentley. But according to some, food wasn't the only thing you bought there. Some sources claim you and Cato also bought crystal meth from a drug dealer who used to hang around the area. By 10 p.m., you were back home. The limo would be picking you up in just over half an hour. And that's when things started happening.
This guy Charlie shows up, the guy who I recently become friends with. I don't know why he had been by Nicole's house, but it told me you wouldn't believe what's going on over there. And I remember thinking, well, whatever's going on over there has got to stop, right? So we kind of hooked up together, and I'm kind of broad stroking this. We go over, get in the Bronco and go over. In the hypothetical, I put on cap and gloves.
Right. You reached under the seat for?
A knife. I always kept a knife in that car for the crazies and stuff because you can't travel with a gun. And I remember Charlie saying, you ain't bringing that. And I didn't, right? But I believe he took it.
Charlie took the knife?
Yeah. In the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the back gate, you go through the back gate?
Yes. It appears like Nicole I had candles all the time. The music was on, and while I was there, a guy shows up.
So Ron Goldman comes in the back gate.
Yeah, a guy I really didn't recognize. I may have seen him around, but I really didn't recognize him to be anyone. In the mood I was in, I started having words with him.
He says to you, I just came by to return a pair of glasses. Judy left them at the restaurant.
And I don't know if I believed it or didn't believe it. It was pretty much immaterial. I was more concerned about everything that was going on, and was fed up with it, I guess. Got a little loud, and by that time, Nicole had come out, and we started having words about who is this guy, why is he here, what's going on.
And she says, this is my house, get the F out of here.
Which I didn't like. If you read the book, you'll see some things that happened in the 2 weeks leading up to this that were very, very irritating, And I think Charlie had followed this guy in, wanted to make sure there was no problem, and he brought the knife. As things got heated, I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself, and this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed a knife. I do remember that portion, taking the knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember, except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is hypothetical. I'm sorry. Right. I know we got to back up again. Yeah, I think everything was covered, would have been covered in blood.
Before taking the knife from Charlie?
I had no conscious memory of doing that, but obviously I must have, because they found the glove there.
You wrote in the book, I had never seen so much blood in my life.
In both the book and TV interview, you said you couldn't remember the actual murders, just what happened directly before and after them. But if this was a hypothetical, why would you need to remember anything? You would just be making stuff up.
سلام علیکم بخیر بعد با که برو بخیر و خلوم شدی دریات بلیم بگی رو دریات مکولم
I think he's confessed to murder. If I'd known he said this in 2006, I would not have objected to the release of this video. I mean, he may try and describe it as a hypothetical, but of course, it becomes I did this, I felt this, I saw this.
Could the truth be that you had done it? You were just so high on meth that you blacked out when the violence started? And who was this Charlie guy who apparently barely knew you, but was more than willing to go with you on a murdering spree and stay quiet about it? Some people say that Charlie was you, and that you used Charlie to describe your reaction to the killing, while others are sure Charlie was a real person and the only reason you got away. As your story continues, things get a little clearer, with Charlie freaking out over Nicole and Ron's dead bodies and you covered in blood. You instinctively start pulling off your blood-stained clothes and shoes, dropping them in a pile in front of you. In seconds, you picked up the pile and you and Charlie made a quick exit through the back door. Not realizing that your hands were covered in blood, you pushed the door of Nicole's property shut, leaving behind the perfect DNA signature for the cops to find. Panicking, you and Charlie rushed back to the Bronco, got in, and drove away. Charlie was in a complete meltdown, and you weren't doing well either. You couldn't believe what you had done, but it didn't matter. It was done. You couldn't change that. Now you had to cover your tracks, starting with the limo driver who would be waiting for you by the time you arrived home. As you and Charlie drove up to your house, you spotted the limo pulling up to the driveway. Your path was blocked. Thinking quickly, you changed your direction and drove over to your neighbor's property at the back of your house. You would have to sneak in through your neighbor's yard if you wanted to avoid being seen. But that left the Bronco. If the cops found your car parked next to your neighbor's yard and not in your driveway, it would be a dead giveaway. Luckily, you had Charlie. Charlie would be the one to get rid of the bloody clothes. He would also wait until you left with the limo and pull the Bronco into the driveway before closing the gate and throwing the keys in the mailbox. Simple. And that's exactly what he did. In the meantime, you quietly snuck through your neighbor's yard and into your own. In the darkness, you made your way past the guest house, accidentally bumping into one of the air conditioning units as you walked. By 10:45, you had made it inside your home. You knew the limo driver would have tried calling the house by now, so you made your way to the bedroom in darkness before switching on the light and taking a shower. If the driver wanted to know why you were late, you would just tell him you overslept. By 11:15 p.m., you were in the limo and on your way to the airport. Sticking to the plan, Charlie parked the Bronco in the driveway and shut the gate behind him. He didn't notice the bloodstains on the outside and inside of the car in his rush to get away. You were asleep before the plane even took off. Less than 30 minutes later, Nicole's neighbors would discover her and Ron's bodies and call the cops. The first suspect on their list? You. Within hours of their investigation, police had narrowed down their suspects to one man, you. Whoever Charlie was, he hadn't spent enough time with OJ to get the media's attention, and since there was nothing to suggest anyone else had been involved in the murder at first, no one really considered the possibility of a second suspect. So all the cops' focus went to you. At just after 5 a.m. on June 15th, 1994, Police officers were sent to your house to inform you of your wife's murder. As the cops rang the bell, they spotted your Bronco parked at a weird angle on the driveway, with a very obvious bloodstain on the driver's door handle. Something wasn't right. Taking the blood as their cue to investigate, the cops jumped over the wall and entered the premises. Soon after, they ran into Cato, who confirmed the Bronco belonged to you and that you had left for Chicago the night before. Searching the premises for any possible evidence, the cops came across a blood-stained right-hand glove that matched the one at the scene of Nicole and Ron's murders. It was the most obvious sign that you had to be guilty. In shock and in a rush to get to the airport, you had dropped your glove on the ground without realizing it. So while police called you in your Chicago hotel room to inform you of your wife's death, they were also deciding whether or not they had enough to arrest you yet.
Early the next morning, OJ was awakened in his Chicago hotel room by a call from the LAPD.
To my knowledge, really, when I got the call the next morning, and this is the truth, next morning saying that Nicole had been murdered, was killed, was dead. I kept saying, "What do you mean dead?" Went in the bathroom and was dawning on me. I didn't really throw a glass. I just was, and when I was putting it down, it just smashed,
Police believed that the cuts on OJ's hand probably came from the fingernails of one of his victims.
Lawyer and my assistant picked me up at the airport, and we're driving, and my lawyer wants me to go to his office. We need to get to the office. We need to discuss what's going on. And I said, no, I spoke to the police officer. And I told him, he told me they needed to see me and for me to get home as quick as I can. And I said, no, take me to the house. I will talk to him. I'll do anything I could do to help them solve this case.
Yeah. And you said in there, I needed to know what they knew.
Yeah.
With the glove, blood on the Bronco, and blood discovered on Nicole's back gate, police had everything they needed to issue an arrest warrant.
It was agreed that OJ would turn himself in at 11 a.m. on June 17th.
And then I told AC, they were waiting to take me to the jail. I said, AC, take me to her gravesite. Take me to her house. But when we got there were cops everywhere. So I said, take me to her gravesite.
3 hours later, you were still in the wind. So the police designated you fugitive, and a massive manhunt began to track you down. At some point that afternoon, you and your friend AC were finally spotted driving along LA's highways in AC's white Bronco, triggering a low-speed car chase that caught the entire country's attention. According to the cops, they couldn't block the Bronco because you were in the back with a gun to your head. It took over 2 hours for the car to finally come to a stop at your home. If you hadn't looked guilty before, you definitely did now. As soon as you got out of the Bronco, you were arrested and transferred to jail to await trial. O.J. Simpson, one of the greatest football players in history, was behind bars. All the evidence pointed to you being responsible for Nicole and Ron's deaths, and if you wanted any chance at getting away with it, you would need the very best lawyers you could find. Luckily, you had all the money in the world to put together a powerful legal defense, and so, 6 months after Nicole and Ron died, you and the Dream Team took your places for the murder trial of the century.
Got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year, they ain't get put me on some. Put me on some. Put me on some.
Right from the start, it looked like an open and shut case. At the crime scene, the blood on Nicole's back gate and 5 drops of blood outside the home had DNA that matched O.J. Simpson's. They also found O.J.'s DNA on the right-hand glove they collected at the scene. The same thing applied to the left-hand glove they found at O.J.'s home. Later on, police also collected the pair of socks O.J. had been wearing the night of the murders. A bloodstain near the ankle of one of the socks matched Nicole Brown's DNA. And that's not where the DNA evidence ended. Remember the bloodstains on O.J.'s Bronco? Tests done on the blood inside the car matched not just Nicole and OJ's DNA, but Ron Goldman's too. But that's not all. A sample collected from the steering wheel came back with OJ's DNA, as well as that of a second, unknown person. Sort of like it would be if Charlie had been the one to drive the Bronco back into OJ's driveway. But since no one knew about a second killer yet, this evidence was disregarded. Blood found inside OJ's home also matched his DNA, proving that he had been cut long before he arrived in Chicago. And then there were the witnesses. Kato Kalin had heard weird noises outside his room around the same time OJ said he had hypothetically been sneaking back onto his property. A little later, the limo driver saw a 6-foot, 200-pound man in dark clothes walk across the driveway of OJ's house just minutes before the lights in OJ's bedroom went on and he woke up. All of this evidence, combined with OJ's history of violence against Nicole, the fact that investigators found OJ's hair on Ron Goldman's shirt, and the bloody footprints matched OJ's foot size exactly, seemed like more than enough to convince any jury that he was guilty. It looked like the easiest murder trial ever. But OJ wasn't paying his team of lawyers millions of dollars for nothing, and they had the perfect plan to get him out. The prosecution's case relied on two main things: the fact that OJ had abused Nicole before, proving he was aggressive and not afraid to hurt her when he was angry, and the hair and blood evidence, proving OJ had been at the scene of the crime and gotten Nicole and Ron's blood onto his clothes. If the defense wanted to get OJ free, they would have to get the jury to doubt everything the prosecution said. They had to doubt whether OJ had really abused Nicole, and they had to doubt whether the DNA evidence was accurate. Turns out the first step of their plan wasn't even that hard. They hired a jury expert who specialized in helping lawyers identify the people most likely to side with their story. According to her, the defense's ideal juror would be an African-American woman with a high school education or less. Of the 12 jurors eventually chosen, half of them were African-American women, and 2 were African-American men. Even though juries are asked to put aside their bias and decide based on facts, the defense knew that the average African-American woman would find it hard to sympathize with Nicole. They would find it hard to connect the dots between domestic abuse and murder. They would also be more likely to like O.J. Simpson and want to believe his side of the story. The strategy worked so well that 2 of the female jurors were even heard saying Nicole had it coming. The O.J. Simpson trial happened when domestic violence was still a very sensitive topic for the public to talk about, which perfectly set the stage for the jury to side with O.J. instead of Nicole. But that wasn't all. By choosing a majority African-American jury, the defense had also set the perfect foundation for breaking down the DNA evidence too. The Dream Team's biggest fight would be to have the DNA evidence doubted. They would have to explain how O.J. Simpson's blood had ended up at Nicole's house, and explain the DNA found in his car and on his socks. According to the defense, O.J. had simply cut his finger, which was why his blood was found in the car and in his home. Nicole and Ron's DNA was a little harder to explain away, and that's where the jury came in. See, the murder trial happened in late 1994, just 2 years after the LA riots, when thousands of people protested against the acquittal of 4 white cops who had badly beaten an African-American motorist the year before. The LAPD's approval rating was at an all-time low, and everyone believed every last LA cop was nothing more than a racist. So that's what the defense leaned into. They said the cops were trying to frame OJ and had purposely mishandled the DNA and evidence they collected. They got witnesses who saw police officers mixing different pieces of evidence in one bag, collecting samples without changing their gloves, and breaking all sorts of protocols during their investigation. According to the defense, any cop could easily have planted evidence against OJ, and the last straw came when one of the lead detectives, Mark Furman, was accused of being a straight-up racist. He denied it, But the defense found an audio recording of him saying the N-word 41 times, after he had said under oath that he had never used the word in the past 10 years. That was all the defense needed to prove their point. Racist LAPD cops like Furman had it out for OJ, and they'd obviously gone out of their way to make it look like he had murdered Nicole and Ron. If OJ had done it, how had he moved his Bronco into the driveway without the limo driver noticing? How had he gotten rid of his bloody clothes? There was no way one man could have done all this. No one ever considered the possibility that there could have been a second killer. And since the prosecution had no other theories or suspects, their case became weaker and weaker. With that, there was only one piece of evidence left to refute: the gloves. And we all know how that went.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
It was the final straw. Even though the prosecution argued that being soaked in blood and repeatedly frozen and defrosted for testing would have shrunk the glove, they had lost their credibility with the jury. No one wanted to believe the prosecution anymore, and that's all the Dream Team needed. On October 1995, O.J. Simpson was acquitted.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
It had taken the jury less than 4 hours to make a decision. Despite all the evidence, O.J. Simpson was a free man. And even though he was later found liable for Nicole and Ron's deaths in a civil trial, he had gotten away with it. O.J., the man who definitely did it, never served a single day of jail time for the murder of his ex-wife and Ron Goldman. Their brutal murders remain officially unsolved to this day.
I prefer there to be no scandal from men I don't approve of.
But you don't approve of anyone. Mr. Fortune is my employer.
He's a friend. You're making a terrible mistake.
Hype travels fast, but great reputations, the kind that last, travel slowly, from one deeply satisfied guest to another, and then another, and then another. Because the experience is too.
O.J. may have been acquitted of Nicole and Ron's murders in the 1994 criminal case, but he didn't get away completely unpunished. Soon after his acquittal, both Nicole and Ron's families sued him for wrongful death in a civil case. It took less than 4 months for the jury to find him responsible for both their deaths. And even though this didn't change the fact that he was acquitted, or that he would never serve jail time for their murders, it gave the family and the world at least a little closure and proved that had things been a little different in the criminal trial, he would have been found guilty. As part of the trial, the jury awarded the families $33.5 million in damages. But O.J. Simpson had just spent millions of dollars on getting away with murder, and there was no way he had $33.5 million to pay what he owed. Almost immediately after the trial, O.J. filed for bankruptcy and moved to Florida, one of the only states where his pension could not be seized. And in 2006, he tried to publish If I Did It, in the hope he could make enough money from its sales to pay off his debt. But that never happened. Instead, whatever assets he had left in California were seized and sold, with all the proceeds going directly to the Goldman family. But even then it wasn't enough. More than 20 years later, O.J. had only paid the family less than 1% of what he owed. But that's not where the drama ends. O.J. had proven to be an impulsive, violent man. And since he got away with murder, he probably believed he could get away with anything else as well. As part of the settlement for the Goldman family, a lot of O.J.'s sports and personal memorabilia had been sold to collectors, and that didn't sit right with O.J. He believed they still rightfully belonged to him. So on September 13th, 2007, the same day the Goldman family published his book, OJ and 4 of his friends broke into a Las Vegas hotel room where some of his stuff was being sold and robbed the 2 owners of the memorabilia at gunpoint. But this time OJ didn't get away. That same year, he was arrested and tried for armed robbery, kidnapping, and a whole list of other charges. According to Simpson, he, quote, didn't know he was doing anything illegal, end quote. But the jury didn't fall for it this time, and he was sentenced to 33 years in jail. He spent the next 9 years at a maximum security prison in Nevada and was finally released on parole in October 2017. He was 70 years old when he was released. Today, he lives in Las Vegas, plays golf, and regularly posts his political views on Twitter. O.J. Simpson had gone from one of the greatest footballers of all time to a disgraced criminal that lost everything he had worked for. And even if it wasn't a guilty murder charge, at least a little justice was served.
Come on, man. Who believes James Orenthal? Who believes James Orenthal? Hold on, Deanna said, but he got 2 alone. No plan to another fly, new undress, get rid of everything without. Man, but why would that nigga say? Because you got to think, this nigga said, man, I always kept that knife, or I kept a knife. Because we couldn't travel with a gun. So I kept that knife. Evidence is evidence. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Evidence is evidence. So I think with James Orenthal, they want to blame it on a nigga having money, a nigga doing this. And this is the reason why he got off. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason he got off. What y'all think about that shit, man? Do y'all think OJ did it? Or y'all think he didn't do it? And yeah, man, leave that nigga alone.
I don't think he did it. Leave him alone. I mean, shit. The time, what got me with the case was the time frame. And I was like, see, this Orenthal guy, he spun the narrative that the prosecutor spun. I was just listening to his narrative. It sounds just like the prosecutor on what they tried to put on him that wasn't facts. Because remember, they did that timeline. That shit did not match up, and you could clearly see that he couldn't have done all that, did this, did that, and got no. So that timeline is what got me, as well as the glove, but mostly the timeline. So I was like, because remember, he had to go out of town. So I'm like, okay. Now, here's what Orenthal didn't bring up that was partially brought up in the trial about a week or 2 before. Remember, we talked about this. OJ went to go straighten some shit out for Nicole because she owed some people, right? And, she owed them some drug money. He went and straightened that shit out. But you know how they do. They need to make an example out your ass. So, you know, uh, I believe they came after her. That's always been my belief. And, things look like they look, you know. And so that's my thought process on it. And hey, you know how the streets work, you know. But other than that, No, he ain't done that shit.
Yeah, man. They was on his top, and it's like even with the Cabo Six, man. Shout out to Black CEO. Black CEO had mentioned that Nazir Wiggins had gotten to a hit and run. So it'd be like certain things happen. Like, all right, OJ didn't go down for the murder, but he went down for something else though, and he had to get time. So it's like that's his karma.
Right.
Shanquella Robinson didn't happen really with that. So now it's like, okay, him doing his hit and run. Hopefully he gets some jail time with this shit. That's his karma. You know, karma is real.
Yes, it is. My question is, who's next? You know, sometimes it happens like that.
OJ is innocent. He didn't do that shit.
He's
The
innocent.
police did it. The police did it. Because
The
when
police.
all that shit happened, because at the end of the day, that main fucking cop that they was talking about, he didn't like OJ due to the fact that yes, he was beating on her, and yes, she was allowing him to do it at the same damn time, but he already had his little evenness against OJ. So anything that, whatever, he was gonna try to put it against OJ. But if at the end of the day, the main thing of the what you call it of the case was the glove didn't fit. So if the glove didn't fit OJ, well, who did it fit? Why they didn't, them cops that they was talking about, they should have put that glove on one of them on some real shit. And then for two, the knife that he was carrying, that he said he carried, okay, if he slit her throat or cut him up, why that knife never came up into the into the trial? They never did no kind of nothing on the knife to say, oh, okay, this knife matches the the crime scene or whatever. It don't show none of that. You feel me? So at the end of the day, it's like the man is innocent. He's innocent, and yeah, he got his karma. That's why whatever happened when he tried to go get all his stuff back, and you know what I'm saying, from the auction places or whatever, that's what he got convicted of. He was convicted. His karma was that the fact that I don't think it had nothing to do with Nicole's murder. I think it has something to do with him beating on her more so of the crime scene because again they was married for so damn long, and all that time she been getting her ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
for two, it's like, you know what I'm saying. The family, everybody had it out for OJ, but what made it even worse, like I said, if why, okay, if he did it, all these people in this motherfucking neighborhood, why nobody say, oh, I seen OJ that night. Oh, I seen this. Oh, I seen that. Come on now. The neighborhood they lived in, I know for a fact that somebody was being nosy, looking out the goddamn window and looking at certain shit. You feel me? But nobody on the block say, "Oh, I didn't see OJ," or this and that. Come on, I mean,
I
innocent.
think one
Yeah,
lady
like
did.
I said, he's wrong for beating, putting hands on her. Yeah, he's wrong for that. But at the same time, he didn't do this shit. And if anything, he probably did hire somebody to do it, but he didn't do it. But then again, like I said, back in LA, back that time, you feel me? When you older people money for drugs back then, they didn't give a fuck. Your life was more important for the money than the drugs that you took from them. So they looked at it. You ran off with my drugs. You took it so long to pay me back. Now somebody gotta die. Whether it has something to do with OJ or whatever, you leave it up to me. Both of them was smoking meth together. Both of them was methed out. She was already a cokehead when she started dating a little young nigga. You feel me? She was already on drugs. You don't know shit. She probably owed the cartel some money. You know how they get down too.
Hmm.
And I hate that a bug just got in my motherfucking drink. No.
Ah, ah. But on the strength, I think
Right.
that's what happened. Them cartels, man.
I don't care what y'all say. He did it.
That's you against us. You think he did it. We
I
think
don't care
he
what y'all
didn't.
say. He did it. Even in this interview
Okay,
just
well,
now, how you ain't gonna remember? How you ain't gonna remember the first? You remember a little bit of the first part. You don't remember the exactly details, but you remember the end. You was
It's the
high and you
hypothetical.
did it. I ain't gonna say you did it by yourself, but you did it. And if you hired somebody to help you do it, did it, you still did it. So you did it. I don't care what all
where's
that.
your proof?
His
But
his
where's your
defense
proof that he
team,
said he did
his
it?
his defense team, they did good because, like they said, during that time it was riots.
You did
During
answer
that
my
time
question,
it
buddy.
was
Where
police.
where where did you get to? Where's your
Let me
information to say
tell
that
you why.
he did it?
You won't let me talk. I ain't say nothing
Oh,
the whole time. You know what I'm talking about? I got a right to my opinion like everybody else, and I feel like I always have. I wanted him to get off, if I must be honest. That's why they had the jury set up. He had a great defense team. That's why they all dead, because karma. My thing about it, yes. And if he would have got karma for what he did by going to get his stuff, if that was his karma, what he gets karma for if he didn't do it? He did it. The
he
end.
got cornerback for all kind of shit. The man was a drug
Well, that's
addict.
what I'm saying. But you don't get 33 years for doing a little something, something. No.
That was that they he did the time. They like I said at that time, all them cops was against that man.
Well,
So
explain to me
Corey,
how he remember the first beginning of going in that house that
he,
night. He don't remember the middle, but he remember the end. Then
That
he
was
laughing like it's
hypothetical.
funny. That ain't funny.
That was a hypothetical that she asked him.
That wasn't no
yeah.
hypothetical. That was not a
I mean, if you listen,
hypothetical.
you hear how she asked him that question. He answered the question how she asked
Like he
how
said,
he
his
asked
mind
her.
went blank. His mind went blank in the middle.
Shit, my
He
mind go
seen all
blank
the
on shit that
blood.
I
He
did
remembered all the
yesterday.
blood.
My mind go blank.
He
You ask me a
remembered all
question
the
right now.
blood. He remember all the blood. But that's all.
His blood.
Hey,
Yeah, he remembered it. Go back, Ron. You gonna have to replay it for those
we
that
just
with the
gonna have
hearing
to
aids.
agree to disagree.
Hey man,
We just
hey
gonna have to agree to disagree.
I'm just say this, y'all. Um, the nigga just seemed slow to me only because even if he felt like I'm just gonna put myself in his shoes, and I felt like I didn't do this shit the way that it's set up with the glove and shit. The shit seemed like a hit, back in the day, like if a motherfucker wearing gloves and shit, like it seemed like a hit, like a professional person wear gloves and shit like that. But let's just say, if I'm in his
They don't
mind and
leave her.
I didn't do this, and I came home, my girl and this nigga dead and this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, all this shit here, right? And years later, I get out the shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking, now my career is over with. My career is over with. Everything is gone because of who I'm dealing with. Like, you know what I'm saying, like she said, like, he dealing with a white girl who family really don't want her to be with this nigga. He beating on my daughter and shit. Okay, fine. But the nigga was never a highly educated nigga. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he played football because his athleticism. He didn't have good grades and shit going to college. The nigga didn't even get no scholarship. Like the only school he played for was Cal University, and the only reason why they picked him is because of his physique, not because of his brain. So the nigga was a dumb athlete. Let's get that out the way. A
Yep.
dumb athlete. And then now because the nigga didn't get no degree in nothing when he went to college. The nigga just played football. The nigga he wasn't just he wasn't the smartest nigga in the draft. So it seemed like for him to go through this whole mastermind of doing the shit, like it just don't seem like it would fit him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know motherfuckers pay hits, motherfuckers pay motherfuckers to do this, but even and still, if this a nigga paying a hit on a cracker, ain't nobody gonna just keep that secret forever and not come out and say, you know what, okay, to put this nigga up under jail, yeah, I did it. He paid me to do it. He hired me to do it. Here go the phone taps. Here go the phone call. Here go the meet up place. Follow the money. Here go the money transactions. All that. But if ain't none of that went on, then that lets you know like it's bigger than him. It's bigger than him. Somebody else played a part in it. Somebody else seen what was going on. Seen when nobody gonna do nothing. You know what? Let me go on and get this shit out the way because somebody benefiting from this shit somewhere. If everybody who ain't benefiting, is somebody somewhere benefiting from that shit, whether if it's her family, who forever gonna have the credibility to put out a book or write their story or whatever to say they side or whatever. Like somebody always gonna be able to benefit somewhere in the back scene of the shit. So when it comes to the nigga going to get his shit, I can see this dumb ass nigga like that my shit. I mean, the nigga he had somebody with him that time who had a gun and shit, but look how easy it was able to be caught. The nigga is not smart enough to plan no shit to say I can get away with this shit. It just so happened that everything lined up for him in that situation, bro. Like, I know you don't want to put God in that shit, but when people be on trial and shit, you see these folks who be on trial for wrongly convictions and shit, and they be praying to God somebody goddamn can find that little shit because if you can't dig deep, bro, if you ain't got that millions of dollars to pay these folks, shit, you can have the millions of dollars and pay them. Look at Young Thug right now, still behind bars with millions of dollars paying these folks. But you see who
Melly.
didn't but you see who got out though? The people who willing to talk. So if nobody was like willing to talk back then, that mean it couldn't, in my opinion, it couldn't have been nobody around him because for him not to have the 30 million to pay these folks' family, who in here finna stay loyal to a nigga who ain't got no money? You got to always pay your dogs. If you don't pay your dogs, they gonna turn on you and eat you. And
Well,
he
he
just
probably
don't
paid
seem
them
like that nigga,
first, Oliver.
huh?
He probably paid them first.
Shit, it
Nah,
ain't enough. For
nah.
this shit to go this long, it ain't enough. Like,
All his
even the
money went
nigga
to
who,
his lawyer now.
like, the you know what I'm saying? It really put a big name for who the attorney back then, the
Johnny
black dude.
Cochran.
Johnny Cochran. It made a big name for him to where, you know what I'm saying, like his firm is able to be strong. Now you got the Cochran firm and shit now, even though he gone. But that was a big thing for him to say, you know what, let me show people that, you know what I'm saying, in this justice system, it is a lot of crooked shit to go on. And
But
at the
can I say
highest
this
level of
real
this
quick,
shit,
Oliver? A lot of
yes,
stuff
ma'am.
comes to the judge. I'm listening now at these trials now. A lot of evidence is brought forth, but the judge has the right to deny or to make it permissible in court. What people fail to realize that while they're going in there with their evidence, or whether it's the prosecution or whether it's the defense, the judge look through that and say what is allowed in court and what's not. It can be certain stuff as a certain witness.
If
They
he
can
if
have
that
that
if
person, a judge can say, no, we're not going to do this for this reason.
so if that if man if he has that power to do so, then that mean that comes from down to the money. Then again, you gotta follow the money
Exactly.
That
because
means the judge is withholding the evidence, that the main
If,
evidence that they need for the case.
if it had been this year and this time and OJ had went to court, his ass would have been in jail. This year and this time, he would have been. Do you know how many people is going to jail with no evidence now?
yeah, but
Little
if he
to
would in
none.
this damn time, if he still had the same status he had, the same amount of money. Like, well, in this day and time, he would have had more money. But if you're looking at football right now, he'll have hundreds of millions of dollars being the player that he was. So if he was right now, he had hundreds of millions of dollars and he could pay for that, the attorney, whoever could be the best attorney right now, with all the Black Lives Matter movements and the police killing people. Guess what? I can see it again, him getting off if the right defense attorney can
This is a whole nother
enlighten all those
generation in this
things.
time. It wouldn't even
Yeah.
went down like that just because he was with a white woman. It would have went totally different.
I mean, it would now because it's more acceptable now. It was worse back then in the
That's
90s.
why he wouldn't have got off. You heard the man just say it was mainly black women and a couple of black men. They set it up like that.
And that's how they
So,
still
so,
do
so, so
that.
you think they paid everybody in the jury to say that he didn't do it?
No, when you go in there for your jury selection, you interview these different jurors. They're not supposed to be biased or whatnot. In this day and time, with the way people think now, Okay, you say it would be the same. I said it'd be totally different.
Well, I mean, it didn't
I think
happen in
it'd
this
be the
day and
same.
time. It happened then. So, I
Okay.
mean, I see your point,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I
but
see your point. But at this time and thing, you got to think about what was going on in L.A. at that time. The quickly
That's
the
why I
cops
said in this
responded
day
then.
and time. I'm not talking about back then when
But
it was
but that
going
why
on.
We
but
talking
that
about then, but that's what it happened then. We're not talking about now. This time, yeah, they
no
got
but
more shit. But back then, they didn't because of how the cops was doing what they was doing.
I mean, but get what I mean, but that's still to this day to be proven. They still saying right now, like, okay, with these RICO cases that, certain prosecutors are, in relationships with other people that's within
Yep.
the organizations and stuff, like it's still
the
uh uh
outcome probably would have been the same.
like it's still, to
Mhm.
me, I think it's still, look, it's still dirty people in politics and in the
Yes.
judicial system. And I feel like right now with everybody having cameras and everybody, if everybody right now got Ring cameras and shit, and they still
Cell
couldn't,
phone tracks.
if nobody in that neighborhood at the time, as nosy as people is now with the cameras and stuff, if
Mhm.
nobody could find that man in that neighborhood right then in this day and time, oh, he didn't do it. You can't
Right.
put nobody somewhere that they really ain't. And if you got
Man,
all
look at
these
have
street
you been
cameras,
watching the Melly trial?
the Millie trial,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been
YW
watching
Melly.
that.
Okay, they have no gun, no weapon. They just have circumstantial. I don't even think it's circumstantial evidence. They just going off of basically hearsay. Kind of like with
I,
OJ.
I mean, they
It's
got the shell
different.
casings. They got the shell cases inside the car. They got the trajectory of the gunshot
But don't you
holes in
know,
the
yeah,
car.
but the DA just got fired off the case. She just been working on this case for 5 years. They
Well,
just threw her off.
that case is a little bit different than the
I mean,
OJ.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that, but when you
How is
say
that?
like
That's two
sometimes they
dead
don't,
bodies.
It's different because OJ,
Okay.
they say he killed his wife. Who did this man kill? He
his
His
killed
two
his
best
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 friend.
friends.
friend?
Two of his best
Exactly. That's
friends.
different. That's
That's what they
different. This
saying.
they so this is different. This is more of domestic violence case than for him killing his
But
best
he didn't
friend.
do it though.
Okay, well, we can agree to
Well,
disagree
right. I
and
don't know. I
call
don't
it a
know
day.
nothing about that case. At the end of the day, they must think he did it for some reason.
Cause
I know
he
with
was a
YNW
millionaire.
Melly, like a lot of times you can have a case, you don't have to have a murder weapon. But if you had a body in which they had the two bodies, without the murder weapon, you can look at the body and you can see the holes in the body to see what type of weapon it was. You can see the trajectory of the bullets in which they hit the body and all that. So even without a
Yeah,
weapon,
but the
they
lead
still got the
detective told
evidence.
a lie to try to
Yeah,
get
they.
another officer in there to tell a lie for him in front of a DEA that sets in for basically to make sure they don't do wrong. They got people that sit in the DEA office that is for basically the defense to make sure that they don't do that wrong. He said in front of her, say that you were here. So that was him lying in front of her. She got on the stand, said she don't work with detectives that solicit lies. But it was a Brady report, which is a report that's supposed to go to a defense that they did not turn in for the first trial. Now they're going to a second trial and just not showing this. So this is a
So
shoulder, a
so
shit
the
show to me.
so the most they could do is call a mistrial and then get
They
a
already
whole
did
new
that.
set of
They already
people.
did that.
They already did that.
So
But
they call the mistrial and they get a whole new set of people. It just ain't gonna do nothing
yeah,
but start over.
so that's what we on. But it's OJ. I mean, just OJ did that. But at the time, I was glad because we was going through something like that as black people. But I do believe OJ did that. He just did that okay, okay, but why do you think he did it? because What whenever the trial what was are going on, huh? I'm talking about besides the trials and all of that? What makes you think he really did it without Because all the courts and stuff? he was into it with the woman. You went over there, you caught her with the man, but you just walked out. And then anytime you stab somebody, that's a crime of passion. Like he Okay, but had if cuts that's the on your case, hand. you know how many people that been out here don't got caught with other people and shit. And if that's the Yeah, they case, just then had a it's just strong mind.
Well, they've been broke up for I don't know how long.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still,
but you know
let
your
me
breakup ain't
say,
they breakup.
if OJ was gonna kill her, he would have killed her when they was together. Why? Me personally, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go kill somebody that I used to fuck with. For Well, what? then why he go
Right.
over there? For Why he what? go over there to begin with?
Why he was
Because
running
he
in the
got
car with a
kids. He
gun?
got kids over there. He going to They make wasn't
Uh,
there. she checking on his kids. They wasn't there at the time. She was over there doing it with that man. Y'all
Exactly.
don't
Why
know
was
if
he
them
in the
kids was
backseat
there
of the
or not.
car?
Enough,
Y'all
baby.
don't know
Why
if
he was
them
on the
kids was
highway
there.
flying like that? Why was he on the highway with a gun to the back of his head in the backseat?
Because he was
I
doing
thought
what
they
he
was
was
all
doing.
the drugs. Let me tell you what meth do. Meth will have you up and down. Meth will have your mind.
Okay, Mel,
It be
make you kill
playing right. your
somebody
mind.
and
So
not
meth,
remember.
meth might have made him kill them people.
No,
Yeah,
It's a
no, that ain't.
possibility. It's a possibility.
You know what meth
that
do,
nigga
Oliver.
had someplace
You
to
know
go.
what meth do.
It's a possibility. He was out of his body. He was out of his mind. It's a
He done
possibility.
created Charlie. He done created Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie is his alter ego.
Man, y'all know
Nah,
what meth do. Meth will have your ass cleaning the house with a toothbrush.
Exactly.
In
A
the
meth will
corner.
have you clean and shit. A meth ain't there have you go kill. No, that's what I'm
I
saying. I
know
seen a
plenty
bunch
of
of
people
meth
that
heads.
kill people on meth.
I Yeah, deal with a I was bunch of locked meth up with some heads at people. my job. The motherfuckers come in there high. Not once they'll say, "Oh, I wanted to kill myself," but in the reality they'll say, "No, I was just high."
It
Come on
depends on
now.
what kind of high they on. You don't know if
Yeah,
they
I
done had
know
a
a
bad
nigga.
day or they mad or
I know a
whatever.
nigga.
Meth make you go outside or your
He was
mind.
on crystal meth. The nigga was on crystal meth, and he had killed like 4 or 5 people in the house. He had said that they was flying and they was like buzzing. He said they kept buzzing, but somebody told me like they wasn't. He was saying that they was talking. Them talk. He was so high that them talking sounded like buzzing, and he said they looking like flies, so he killed them all.
Damn.
And
yeah,
that
he
was
was on
all.
more
Damn,
than
I don't
crystal
never
meth.
want
That
that.
was no
Never.
crystal meth.
He was more than on
Why
that meth.
everybody keeps saying the cartel? One thing about the cartel, and they are here in America and they been here. They leave hardly to no evidence. They leave no evidence. Why would they leave their glove? Why would they? I don't see the
He
cartel
probably
leaving a
set him
glove.
up.
Now see the glove to me, the
Every,
glove to me being behind. When I say a hit, that mean at some point in time when the crime was going on, the crime got interrupted, and somebody either was running at some point to where that shit had to fall because it was only one. It ain't like the nigga dropped both of them. Now you drop both of them.
He had
Now
on
okay,
two in court.
they had 2 of them in court.
Yeah, you seen
yeah,
him
he
on
had
both his
both of the
hands.
books. But
So they
that's what
got
I'm
so
saying.
come
It's
on
making
then,
sense.
bro. So then then who hey, bro, look, that's some
That's what I'm
setup shit
saying. The
right there.
cops did
Now
that
here's what
shit.
people.
You just answered your own question. If they picked up one glove from the crime scene, how the fuck they get the 2 gloves? Where did they
Didn't
get
they
the
say
other
the
glove
other one
from?
was in the car? It fell out the car.
Remember, they
No.
found the other one in his
Well,
house.
the glove didn't fit the man.
It didn't. Right? I
So
can make my
regardless of
hand
what,
do handicap, so I can't put that glove on. But they found the other one in his house. Well, in his
Right.
person.
Well, look,
Damn.
it didn't fit in the
It didn't
courtroom.
fit. You heard
It
that's what
didn't
they
fit.
said. If the Right. glove don't fit, the case is acquitted. Now that's a different thing. The glove didn't fit.
well, how they
Whether he
find the
did it or
DNA?
not.
Okay, tell me this, Mama. Why was they DNA in the car? Why they couldn't explain that?
Who DNA was in the car?
Ryan
The
and
baby.
whatever her name is, the white girl.
But they
Nicole.
didn't say how it was in the car because it could have been transferred from his shoe to the car. They didn't say exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
but he went there, right?
Nah, he went there, and if he go there and they both dead on the floor already, and you walk in and you walking in blood and shit, your footprints and shit, because who would deliberately just leave footprints? But
So
if
if you
you
seen them dead, why come you knowing that you're a black man? Why come you wouldn't tell the police, hey, my wife and whatever laying her
He did
dead? Why
tell
don't you
for
him.
go
one,
around?
He
the
did
police
tell him.
already got a history with you because you've been being on them. So
That's
you
even
don't.
more Exactly. reason to tell. That's even more reason to say because you know you don't walk through here. Let me go ahead and
That
let them
nigga
know.
was
Hey,
in that
but
car
we
on the
talking about a
highway.
He
black
did
man.
tell
We
him.
talking about a black man. A black man ain't gonna think like that. A
In
black man
LA,
that could
in
continue
look, a black
in
male in
LA. Come
LA
on, man.
who's not
That's what I'm
educated.
saying. Y'all gotta know these LA laws.
Y'all don't
So
know
you
those.
saying he dumb? He dumb up
Yeah,
there.
he done. Hell yeah, man.
Oh,
Yes.
he dumb. Well, he could have done it. Most dumb is beat women.
Yeah,
Well, all
he
dumb is
done.
Louis V. He dumb. Any man that put their hands on a woman is dumb. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. So he
That's
could have
dumb as
did it.
fuck to me.
He could have did it.
Again, if he wanted to kill that woman, he would have killed her by beating her motherfucking ass. I
Yep.
have seen that.
But
I
you
have
don't know
seen
if
that.
he
He did
caught
the
them in
worst
the
crime of
action.
passion.
He caught him with a woman. With a man. You
He
can't
done
tell me.
caught
But
Come
her
at the
on.
so
same
many
time, but at
times.
the
You
same
walk
time,
in.
that
You
man done
walk
cheated
in.
on
And see,
her.
Money Bird, he done caught her so many times with men.
Exactly. That's what
Okay.
I'm
But this
saying.
time,
This is
maybe
If,
this
this
if,
time
if,
time,
he
if the
killed
this
first
some
time he
time,
men.
caught her with her, but listen, the first time he caught her, he would have killed that bitch then. Right?
He might not
The
been
but this
first
honest.
this
fucking
time
time.
Was
mixed with
watching.
the mixed with he had a bad attitude that day. He might be a
He didn't
Gemini
even
or
get to go
something.
to the dinner. He wasn't invited, but he really didn't want to go.
No,
But Ryan
man.
was there.
He
Ryan
would
was
have
at the
killed her
dinner.
because them kids was watching her do what she was doing with that man. That would have
Okay.
Okay,
been
that's even
dangerous.
more reason to
Exactly.
consider thought. That's a crime of passion because allegedly, when I went to court, that's considered a crime of passion when you stab because that's
Right.
personal.
But he didn't do it.
So
He
who
didn't do
personal?
it.
I don't want nobody
So the
killing.
Again,
cartel
he
run
had,
around stabbing
okay,
people.
this is the thing y'all have to realize. Nicole was a whore. She was fucking on hella different motherfuckers. Y'all don't think one of her other sneaker leaks that came and did it?
That
No,
ain't her sister.
No, like y'all said, is it the cartel or the sneaker league? Make
the
up their
cartel
mind.
would have cut heads off. They would have cut. They wouldn't just stab,
No,
stab,
no.
stab. They would just
Sometimes
chop
they did.
heads
Her
Cause
off.
you
neck
had
was
big
split. Her
cartels
neck
back
was
then.
split. Her
They
neck
Her
did.
was
ass was
split.
split.
And they
No,
left
her
their
neck
gloves.
was. They cut her neck. That's what I'm saying.
I ain't
Come
know. So
on
you
now,
mean
you
tell
just
me it's another Bigfoot motherfucker walking around through there in money?
It's
a
a lot
big.
of guys with big feet. It's a lot of guys with big feet.
Okay.
Yes. So you
Okay.
just think there's just one big thick motherfucker out there, and the rest of these niggas got little ass feet? No.
Why he couldn't?
Now
Why he
keep
could
in
have
mind,
been so
I'm
hard
for
that he put on some
OJ.
little? Why he couldn't been so hard that he put on some little bitty gloves?
No, no,
I'm for
no,
OJ all the
no.
way, but I just know he
Man,
did.
in the
Like I
courtroom, them
love him.
gloves fit. In the courtroom, them gloves fit right fine to me.
He
They
was
did
doing his
just
That
hand
man
like a
had
fit.
handicap
no.
person.
If you look, he had on plastic gloves up under that glove. So if that's
Exactly.
the
That's for
But
case,
he was
DNA.
acting like a
That's for
handicap person.
DNA. They
but
have to
I'm
do that.
saying I don't put on two gloves. Even if I don't put on a size medium and a size extra large. That medium that I had on first, it's gonna fit. But that extra large gonna look just like that. Them gloves looked like on his fucking hands.
Yeah, they
He
look like
couldn't
they
It
even.
fit
didn't
clean.
match.
No, those gloves were too small. He couldn't even put his
He
foot
didn't
in
take
Oh,
his
it.
so
blood
your
pressure
gloves gotta
medicine
fit
and he had
That's
a
perfect.
what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
fluid.
The gloves didn't fit.
The gloves fit. They got them on his hand.
Okay.
But
They
he
got
had
him
his
Oh
on his
hands
wow.
scrunched up
fingers.
like he done had
Come on,
a
Money Bird. You
retardation
seen
moment.
it?
The gloves fit.
She
You see
just
this?
playing
That's
devil's
why I
The
said if
glove
they
advocate.
had
didn't
That's
did it
fit.
this
all.
day
Y'all know the
at this
rest.
time, he
Exactly.
wouldn't have got away with it.
Exactly.
Cause men wear pants too tight. With man, they pants be tighter than them gloves. Quit playing.
You talking
But
about this
the gloves
2000 and
did
shit. We
fit.
Man.
talking about in 1990s. You got to stop trying to put 2000 with the 1990s.
I'm
You
just
can't
saying
do
he would
that.
have went to jail. He
You
would have
can't
been
do that.
locked
That's
up.
a whole different. It's a whole different system now in the 2000s than what it was in 1992, 94, 95. It's a
Yeah, cause he would have
different
had a
shit.
cell phone. He would have had
Just
a
because
cell
the
phone.
gloves did not fit, didn't mean them gloves didn't fit enough. But the man did it, but I'm still cool with him. That's my dog.
No,
Yeah,
cause you
okay.
can't be cool with a motherfucker. That
I was
you
happy.
no, you
I done said
contradicting
it.
yourself. You
I done said
contradicting
it.
it. You can't be.
But right is right. His blood ain't gonna be on
Cause
my
I ain't
hands.
sleeping with him. I ain't sleeping with him or he don't like my kind, so I'm still cool with him. But he did it. But I'm glad, I ain't trying to say I'm glad, but yeah, I'm glad.
Look, that girl done put that man through some shit.
I'm
He
not
done
about to
put,
play with y'all.
look,
I'm not gonna have
he
no
done
blood
went
on my
through
hands.
some
He
hell
did
and
it.
back.
I was
If
happy
he
he
was
got
gonna
away
kill
with it.
her, it would have been sooner than that.
But because I was
Right,
like every other
right.
black person in America, I was happy he got away
Yeah.
with it. But he did it, and the blood ain't on my hands, so I ain't got no karma. So I ain't
It was
finna stand up
payback
here.
for Rodney King situation. So we was just, hey, shoot, whatever.
I'm like
But he,
this. It's done.
yeah,
It's done.
he on
It's
the golf
done.
course
Yeah,
right now playing.
Whatever, Stash, he did
yeah.
it.
Yeah, says somebody.
He ain't do it. He ain't do it. That man ain't do it. Like I said, that back then the cops was really quick in fucking LA, meaning that they was
They
putting
still are.
crimes on people. Yeah, they still doing it, but I'm just saying back then it was really bad
Yeah, it was.
compared to now. They more aware what cops is doing now compared to back
Yeah,
to
they
now
got
to
people
back
in
then.
the DEA that work. They have to work against them now. They got people in there. What they call? I forgot.
Yes,
But they have to sit in there when they do their investigation.
Yep.
yeah.
Them crooked
But in this
motherfuckers.
case, that man, he didn't. He didn't do it.
He ain't
Yeah, it
do
sound
it.
like all of this and all of that, but that man, because just like the limo driver said, he was sitting out there. If that man would have got home, that limo driver would have been like, well, you know what? As I was waiting on OJ, you know what I'm saying? I seen him pull up in his truck and put it in the garage. Nobody seen shit.
Back
And
then they
back
kept it
then,
solid. Back then they kept it solid.
no, back
Yeah.
then they stayed in a whole white fucking neighborhood. You don't think one of them people would have said something?
Then
Them
nobody
big
like to
ass
call
houses,
whole
they
ass.
ain't paid. They ain't want no gunshot. I mean, what they gonna do?
Shit.
Be looking?
It
Nah, them
doesn't
big
matter.
ass houses.
It's a nosy ass motherfucker that always looking at a goddamn compared to
Well,
then.
somebody said they seen the light
Compared to
come
So
on.
then, come
listen.
on, man. Come on, man.
They
Back
seen the
then,
light come
where
Also,
on.
she lived at, knowing that OJ was known for beating her ass, you don't think nobody
But
was
she was a
always
hoe. She
looking
was
out
living
the
with
fucking
them women.
window?
They
She
seen the
was living
light
with them
come
women
on.
husbands too. So
They
that was
did say
happening.
something. Mama, they said
but
they seen the light come on.
listen. There was a witness that said that he wasn't there and that she
Mm.
saw cops, but they
She
wrote her
fucked with
off
them
as a
too.
drug addict, so she couldn't take the stand.
Yeah, they
The
all was
judge
house
can
that
do
shit.
that. It was people that said he did it that couldn't come out there.
Okay,
That's what the judge do.
I'm done.
That's why they go to suppress that certain stuff. They have to go through that before the trial.
We're
What's
gonna
gonna
have
come
to
in
just
and what's
agree
gonna
to
come out, go
disagree.
get thrown out.
We just gonna have to agree to disagree and leave it at
He my
that.
dog. I mean, he's still cool with me.
I wouldn't go nowhere with him. Y'all can ride with him.
Yeah, I ain't riding that Bronco.
I ain't
I
trying to
ain't going
chill with
nowhere
him.
with that man. But
Yes, yeah, nah, chill with
I
you
just don't
now.
There's
think.
no
Mama, go
way.
on and ride around and smoke with him and chill. I
Mm-mm. I don't smoke meth. That's his trust of
Nah,
drug.
Oh
I don't
not
yeah.
do that.
meth. I'm talking about a blunt. Nah, I ain't riding
No,
with him.
they say blunt. Now, if they said blunt, I would have been different. But they said meth. That's out of my league. I
He
mean,
don't
as
like
much
that
I want
kind
to
of
lose
noise.
weight and shit, but I wouldn't go that route.
No, you don't know. You don't want no parts of that shit.
I don't want to ride with him
Mm-mm.
to the store. No,
Shit, I
no.
see what that shit do to people at my job. They come up
So
there
after
high,
this, you
tweaking.
could go spend the night at his house.
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
No, he didn't do it. Go over there. Go on over there.
No, I'm saying he
He
did
gonna
do
have a
it.
cookout.
No,
He gonna have a
but the house is
cookout. Invite
closed
his
now.
his friends.
They got that house right now for a museum. That's a show and
I'm talking
tell
about his
in
new house. He
LA.
in Florida now.
Ain't that some shit?
No,
Hell no.
he staying in Vegas.
Oh, well, he right
They
there
say,
with you. Go on over there, chill with him.
Oh, he over there
He
with
won't,
Ron. He not with me. I'm in the Bay Area.
well, you ain't that far. Go, go on over
That is
there.
far.
Go on to the
8 hours
cookout.
to drive. That's far to me. 8 hours to drive
Okay,
to get
well,
there.
all of y'all fans, go over there and help to the cookout. Let me know how it turned out.
Mm-mm.
Go
You
ahead.
going too?
He didn't do it. Go ahead.
You can go too.
I ain't going because I
Right.
think he did it. He gonna kill me
Man,
right
yo,
now.
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on a Florida man who tortured and drowned a 6-year-old boy. Come to find out, I actually went to high school with this guy. April 22nd, 2023, Polk County Sheriff's and Fire
that's my
Rescue
birthday.
responded to a Winter Haven home that would soon be known as a house of horrors after receiving a call for a 6-year-old drowning in a bathtub. Investigation revealed a little boy named Anthony was sent to take a bath by his 25-year-old mother, Alize, because he had peed on himself. 20 minutes would go by before Alize's husband, 28-year-old Trey Seymour, went to check on the child. The bathroom door was locked, so Trey went to the basement to find a key, but would end up having to use a metal fork to pry open the door. That's when he saw 6-year-old Anthony face down in the bathtub with his feet under the faucet. The stepfather removed the boy from the tub, draining the water and beginning CPR while he yelled for the boy's mother to call 911. Anthony was transported to a local hospital before being airlifted to St. Joseph's Hospital in Tampa. Both locations would contact law enforcement over concerning signs of abuse, as the boy had multiple open wounds and scars across his body. While the boy was in critical condition, a search warrant would be obtained for the home, and several concerning observations were noted. The lights on the side of the home 3 children were kept didn't work, and the bathroom the little boy was found in had no electricity because Trey had turned off the breaker weeks prior. The bathroom had 2 doors, both of which were closed at the time, meaning the 6-year-old boy was told to bathe in complete darkness as his world faded into complete darkness. He was sent to this bathroom as punishment, as he wasn't trusted to shower in the master bathroom that had electricity. Polk County sheriffs would make their way into the garage where they observed a dog cage, later learning this was 6-year-old Anthony's prison cell. The bedroom the children slept in also had no electricity, so any time spent in the room was spent in darkness. Clothes covered in feces and urine were sprawled all over the floor, as feces was also smeared inside of the closet walls. Investigators would notice the door handle had been reversed. Instead of the lock being on the inside of the room, the lock had been placed on the outside, so the children were able to be locked in. An interview was conducted with Alizé, and she'd go over sending Anthony to the tub after he peed on himself. 20 minutes would pass before Trey checked on the child, and when asked what she was doing during those 20 minutes, she told investigators she was scrolling through TikTok. But her story was inconsistent. Initially, she said she went to check on the 6-year-old when he slammed the bathroom door, but when asked again, she said she never checked on him. She then claimed she can't remember anything clearly because when she thinks about it, it gives her anxiety, and when asked to search her cell phone, she denied the request. An interview was conducted with Trey, to which he gave consent to search his phone. Trey would tell investigators he recently deleted all of his texts between him and Alizé, but he normally deletes his texts. He further stated they've texted before about the children, and he'd tell investigators whenever he's at work, Alizé has trouble taking care of the kids because they do not respect her, and in the past, she's called him begging to come home so she doesn't have to go to jail. 2 days after Anthony was taken to the hospital, they conducted a brain scan with no results. Trying again, doctors would confirm the boy had no brain function and he was pronounced dead. An autopsy would confirm suspicions that there was evidence of prior abuse, resulting in scarring on the boy's body. 6 days after the drowning, investigators obtained a search warrant for Alizé's cell phone, revealing texts showing just how sinister the 2 parents were. Trey would write, "When I get there, the rooms that aren't plugged into cameras are getting their breaker turned off," confirming to police that it wasn't that the kids' room and bathroom didn't have electricity, but that Trey would control the electricity as a form of power and punishment. Trey would call Anthony slow, as he told Alizé how he caught him stealing noodles off the counter. And on another day, Trey would ask where Anthony was, and Alizé would reply with, "Cage. He has to stay there. I don't want him out when I'm home." So even though Trey was the stepfather, Anthony's own blood mother was locking him in a dog cage because it was easier for her than parenting her son, who suffered in a shit-infested home without electricity and food. Texts would continue as Trey said, "Anthony got out," referring to the dog cage. Once again, the poor 6-year-old boy was caught stealing food and placed into the cage while the 2 spoke on an open child protective services case where Trey said she's going to jail and Alizé replied saying, "Who gives a fuck?" Alizé would send Trey a video of the boy in the dog cage saying he was trying to sneak in the house. She'd say he can stay in the cage and rot, followed by she hates him. And on another day, Trey would tell her son was hurting himself, but all she'd say back was good. Tell him kill himself. For a 6-year-old boy to be self-harming, imprisoned within a dog cage, and left in total darkness for hours at a time, it's unimaginable to comprehend how he must have felt and how bad he must have wanted to get away. Alizé would tell Trey he can't take a nap because he stayed up all night drunk torturing Anthony. The two would argue about who can and who can't abuse Anthony, as the two would take turns but then place blame on one another. Trey would ask Alizé why she can't do the right thing until the boy is signed away to an agency, and Alizé would claim she didn't know he'd hurt himself and was busy with the other two kids she loved and cared.
Yeah, see, like shit like this, like it be like sometimes you might be having to cuss your kids out because they be bad than a motherfucker. But one thing I won't do is cuss my kids out or do all that shit in front of another motherfucker so they think they can talk to my kids like that. Because that's what people do. That's what people do. They'll see, oh, well, shit, he be cussing them out. He be doing all this shit. He do all that. So shit, they feel they can do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga, that shit is crazy. Like, this nigga right here is a real life bitch ass nigga. Like, how you seeing them? The mama treating him fucked up, putting him in a dog cage. He want to add on to the shit by turning the electricity off and punishing him for stealing noodles, bruh. Stealing to eat, bruh. Nigga, if you got your kids out here stealing to eat, bruh, you out of pocket, nigga, period. So, nigga, like, ain't no way that a motherfucker like this is walking around living, man. Somebody need to do something to these motherfuckers, period. You know what I'm saying? We don't condone no violence, but I mean, hey, when you got motherfuckers like this, jail is too light for these motherfuckers. Jail is too light. I would believe
they
that
not
jail
learning
is
nothing from there. They not learning because if you notice, they're just like a nigga that just beat up his baby mama or his girlfriend or his wife or whoever. When he get whatever time they give him, best believe when he come home, he's still gonna have that same motherfucking mentality. To where if she get out of line or if he don't like something she don't like or however what the fuck or if he got low self-esteem or however what the fuck, he's still gonna put hands on that woman. On
motherfuckers
anyone.
ain't
It
got
doesn't
no.
matter.
This little boy right here, right? When you a real nigga, it's a package deal. That woman got kids, it's a package deal. You take on them kids as if them is your kids as well. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you know how I feel to not have a daddy or to not have parents around like that, especially your own. So if you sit there and indulge in this behavior, I mean, come on, bro. It's self-explanatory, bro. You a lame. You never posted. You never. I'm talking about. Look, she. If that was me and I met her and she was doing that, bro, I would have stopped fucking with that bitch and I would have
I
reported
was
her.
about to say that. I was just going to say that. See,
Exactly.
it's a. But see, that's what I was just about to say, bro. You just, yeah.
Bitch, I ain't no rat, but this is crazy right here. Like, this is crazy. Like, bitch, I would be less of a man if I didn't say something about this. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't like her kids at all.
I can just imagine if
But
we
see,
have
that's what I'm saying.
we
I
had
hate
a
that
kid,
people that have kids
this
that
what
don't
you gonna
want
do.
them.
Like this is what you gonna do. And then it's like, bruh, this no nigga don't got no daddy. So the only fucking father figure he see is hurting him still, and it ain't even his real daddy. His real daddy already hurt him by leaving him, putting him in a position like this. Now you nigga, you supposed to be taking in that void, and this is the type of shit that you doing, nigga. That's crazy. That's crazy. That little boy ain't got no daddy. You supposed to be showing that nigga the real and being a father figure and showing this nigga the right way. Stepdaddy or not, nigga.
But see, you gotta also look at it. That's just it goes both sides. That's just like if a man is taking care of his kid or a woman taking care. That other person on the outside might not have that mind frame or you know what, I'm gonna step in and really be this person, mama or daddy. Because even though they have one here on this earth and they not in their life, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be an example. You got motherfuckers don't even give a fuck about the kids. They only there because of the mama or the daddy, and they only there because of them. They don't care about those kids. And that's the thing, as people, as parents, when we getting in relationships with other motherfuckers, that's why I be not quick to bring anybody around my fucking kids. I let my kids listen to a motherfucker talk on the phone and all that shit. They be like, no, that nigga ain't cool, or no, this and that and this. You feel me? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Most people don't even you know, they don't even really be confining in their kids. You know what I'm saying? Your kids don't know if a motherfucker good for you or not. Regardless of the fact you might not want to hear that shit, but your kids know. Kids got feelings and kids got that little sense of humor to say, oh, this man or this person ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta look at it like in this baby, he was innocent. And at the end of the day, for him to do whatever he did, he only did what his mom, what he seen the mama do. And that's what 9 out of 10, that's how males come in. They come in and seeing what a mama is doing to the kids. Now you got some men that come in and see what a mama is doing to the kids and tell them, you know what you doing? I don't like that shit, blah blah this and blah blah that. But then you got some motherfuckers like shit, that ain't my kid, that ain't my son or my daughter. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? But then you got some to say, well shit, if the mama can do, you know, if the mama beating them, I'm gonna beat them too. And the only reason why I'm saying that because I had a cousin that went through the same ass shit. You feel me? He already had a kid with this woman before. So they other kid that they had, you feel me, they was cool. But the nephew that she was taking care of, slash kind of like her son, because of that, because of her sister was on drugs, so they gave her custody. Guess what happened? My cousin killed that little boy because he seen her beating them. He didn't see her beat their kids that they had together. He seen her beat this little boy. They just like in this same shit. This shit just touched home because that little boy Dante got killed because he peed on his fucking self. My cousin beat the fuck out of him till he killed him. That was only because
That's
he
crazy.
seen the next motherfucker here because he seen the bitch do it. Even though my cousin been in and out of jail. When that shit happened, he had been out of jail for 3-4 fucking months before he did that shit. So again, they only see what the next motherfucker do. And then for her to give him the permission, oh yeah, because you know he left. Oh yeah, if Dante do anything, beat his ass, do this, do that. So what the fuck?
Them
What the
ain't
fuck?
even
The little boy was scared.
them ain't your kid for one, nigga. Like I can understand if you actually there, you a father figure, and you there, but I could see a nigga chastising a nigga, but nigga, you already harming me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then another thing I be hating is when like you'll see some people that say like the mama get a new dude or the dude get a new girl and they don't like the daughter or they don't like the son, and it's like, nigga, how you even fixing your motherfucking energy to even not like my kid? You see what I'm saying? If you don't like my kid, nigga, you don't like me. You see what I'm saying? So I be
But you got to
hating.
see
Exactly.
too. Some women don't even see that shit until it's fucking late. Because
That's
again, they don't allow
that's
it.
why I
They
tell
don't allow
people
it.
you don't
Uh,
bring strangers in your house just because y'all on the phone
Hmm.
talking or chilling or whatever. Like I said, when I met my husband, it had to be a year and a half before he met my kids, and he had to date my kids. Meaning you got to start your own relationship. Right? And
Hmm.
plus, I'm watching this person that I'm with, seeing how they do with their family members, seeing how they do with their
Hmm.
kids. Now, if I see you cussing out your own damn kids before mine ever come around, no. You can't be in the vicinity of my kids because I don't trust you with your own kids. No, people
Right.
selfish. I keep saying this over and over again. Know who you dealing with. I don't
Hmm.
care if he did see her beating her child. If you a real man, you gonna check her at the front door. Look, you
yep.
ain't got to deal with him. Look, I don't like this. I can't deal with you. You toxic. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But if you go along with it, you just as down, just as down.
That's true. But again, like I said, some men don't look at that. Because you know what? They looking
Cause
for a
it's
place to
stupid.
stay. They looking
Stupid.
for a place to stay. You feel me? So he gonna be like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I need to do, continue to stay here. You know what I'm saying?
Then they be
This
jealous of
motherfucker
the
they got
kids. They be jealous of the kids and all that.
right. You know what I just don't like? I don't like it when females know that these men ain't good or know that if a nigga beating your ass and don't snatch the kid out your hand and threw him against the wall and all that shit. These bitches still fuck with these niggas. And that's the shit I don't fucking like. So at the end of the day, it's like, well, who learning what? What lesson did you fucking learn? What lesson did you learn? Not a goddamn thing. Cause guess what's gonna happen? When that nigga get out of jail, she still gonna fuck with the nigga. But in this
That's
case,
true.
both of them need to be in jail. They both in jail. But at the end of the day, who's to say if they get out? They might now to this day they might be still writing each other.
This one I believe they need to get people castrated and need to get their tubes tied and do
Yeah,
all that. It should be
yeah.
part of the law. Not castrated. My bad. What's that when they
You right. You right. Get they shit taken out
Right,
real
get that
quick.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
right. You
vasectomy.
right.
Yeah,
Get
cause
a
they gonna do it
procedure
again.
done. Nigga, you gonna kill kids, we gonna do something about that.
Yeah, we gonna go
Right.
on vasecticize you.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Another thing that I be peeping with motherfuckers, like you know what I'm saying? Like even with with my kids, that he be talking about, oh, well, tell them to do this, and I'm not telling them shit. The same shit you could tell me, you could call me yourself and do it. Because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you know when people do that, say that they're just like if he was supposed to come take her or do something, take him shopping or do some shit like that, and you can't come. So instead of them saying, well, I'm gonna call my kid and and have this relationship with them, or even have it to where I can explain to them the reason why I ain't coming or whatever. They'll put it on the mama, or they'll put it on you. That's just like if the daddy got custody and the mama supposed to do something. They're gonna put it. Oh well. Can you tell Junebug that I ain't coming today? So, and if you do that, guess what? You're the bad person because the kid gonna be mad at you for even coming to relate the message. You know what I'm saying? Some messages ain't good to be related or none of that shit. Some shit I tell them motherfucker, you call them, you tell them. I ain't telling them shit. Cause the same way you can just call me to tell them they got numbers. You feel me? You could call them and tell them your motherfucking self. But guess what? They not gonna do it. They not finna do it. They're ready to say, I'm not even gonna even call the kid. Fuck it. I'm gonna let the kid think whatever the fuck they want to think.
I'd rather for a grown up to lie to me than to lie to a child. I'm just like that, cause that shit. If you think about people that's grown, they still hold it for somebody lying to them
Mhm.
when they was young.
Mhm.
Take it. A kid
Mhm.
can't.
wow.
Hell no, the kid can't. That's why I said I don't play that shit. I ain't coming to relate shit. If you can't do it, just say it off top. I'd rather for you to be like that than even just playing with my kids on
Mhm.
everything. On everything. Don't play with mine. And if you got that habit with your own kids, definitely don't do it to mine. Because I'm that mama. You're not gonna play with mine. You can play with
Man, I
yours.
will beat you
Yeah.
up about your own kids, let alone mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt no child. That's innocent. Why you want to take
Right.
somebody innocent?
Exactly.
And
That's what I'm saying. But see,
that's
that's
sick.
what I'm saying. Most people, they don't look at shit like that. And again, that's because they selfish. They only out for their motherfucking self.
Right.
You know? They only out for themselves. So at the end of the day, they don't care who the fuck they hurting, whether it's a kid, an adult, or whoever. They don't care. Because it's about them. It ain't about them
Yeah.
motherfucking kids. If a person that's all for themselves, a kid can't even call that person and ask them for shit. Because that person gonna always come up with an excuse when they got the money in their pocket and say, oh, I ain't got it, but they got it. But they ain't got it to give it to you, to their own fucking kids.
I'ma start a bill for vasectomies and them what they do to women.
You
Hysterectomies for these toxic
That
people
or if
having
you
kids
getting
and
you
don't
getting
want them.
your fucking or having your tubes tied, you feel me?
Yeah, I think that should be part of the law. When you abuse or you done kill a child, that should be off top, straight to the hospital before you go to
Yeah,
jail.
yeah. But see, that's the thing. The system give these people like that so many fucking chances. That's why people like him get out and do it again and do it again and do it again. Because the only thing they got up on them is child endangerment or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it. People, they grew
That's
up
just lust.
either. They
They
see
lust
themselves
over
as a
love.
child to do that. You got to have a
Hmm.
childlike mind to do something like that. You really do. You put yourself on the level as a child.
That's
Hell
somebody
yeah.
who don't want to deal with it. They got pregnant, they didn't take no protection, and now they stuck with a child. They can't live their stinking ass life. Is all they
Right.
got to watch the kid. They just call it what it is, you know.
That's childish. That's
Yeah.
childish. That means you ain't
Mhm.
growing your mind. You stuck. You
Yeah,
need to
they should
grow
have
up. For
kept their
you to
liquor
even
store.
punch or beat a child like they your equal, you is childish minded. Something ain't right.
Look
Yeah.
at these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at these parents.
Uh-huh.
Look at
Cause
her
you can
face.
look at it.
Parents.
You can
Look
look
at
in
her
her eyes
face.
and say she didn't even want no motherfucking kid. You can tell like she didn't even want to be bothered. His ass, it look in his eyes. He just look, I don't give a fuck, just like he said in his fucking statement. Fuck that shit. I don't care about that shit. I mean, he didn't give a fuck about them kids from day one when he walked through that woman's fucking door. He didn't give a fuck. Cause you know why? His daddy wasn't in his life. Or he done seen his
Exactly.
daddy beat his mama. You
Or
gotta
beat
think about
him.
shit like that. Right. People that beat on women, that means you seen your daddy or one of your mama's boyfriend do that to them and you think that shit is okay. You
Yeah.
think it's okay.
Same thing with molesters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They been molested.
That's just like when people been hurt. What you think they gonna do? They
Hurt
gonna
people,
turn around
hurt
and try to
people.
hurt?
Yeah.
Exactly.
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 It's cycle. But that's it.
It's a cycle that just keep getting fucking repeated. Still getting repeated. And it's just sad.
And he's
Motherfucker
so
can paint a
cute,
picture.
y'all. He's
He's
so
very
cute. I
cute.
would have
Yeah.
took him. I would have took him and raised him.
That poor
All
baby
right.
was hungry. He was
That's what I was
hungry.
finna say too. Listen to the shit. That was legs. Listen to what they say. The baby was eating like partial of noodles that he found. And y'all come on, man. Y'all mad because the baby trying to get some food? Man,
Mm-mm.
I'll be ready to line all these motherfuckers up and just beat the fuck out of them on everything. Cause
Hey,
that
can
shit
we?
is crazy. That
Can
shit
we?
is fucking crazy.
Mm-mm.
Shit, I want to too. This baby's hungry. He was sneaking out
That
trying
baby
to
was
eat,
hungry.
and he had no
Hungry.
business
That
being
mean,
in a
bitch. That
goddamn
mean, what the
room.
fuck you been doing with the county money that they give you? The fuck you been doing with it?
They got food in there. They just didn't. They look. That baby was
And
hungry.
in this case,
His natural
I don't think
instinct.
they had no motherfucking food because she was too busy into this nigga ass. That's what I'm saying. It's bitches like that say when they get a nigga, they be like, I'm gonna be all for my man, or you feel me, or they men come first. Fuck that.
Nah,
Fuck
man.
that.
Nope.
That's why I'm single now, because I'm gonna put my kid before any motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
You know, I was watching. You know how you go over people's house and you chill with them. Like when I was young, that's when I had more friends and people around me, and I would go to their house. And I mean, I ain't knocking nobody's way of life, but when I was helping to make the plates, I was making plates for kids, and she was like, "Nah, the man gets served first." I'm like, "Hold up, the kids? No, the kids got to eat. The
If
man
in the
can."
situation, if they married, yes, the man gets served first. Yes.
Oh,
Yep. That's
well,
how
I
I do
didn't.
my
That's
husband. Cause my kids
it
gonna
says
eat.
that. It
They
says
gonna
that.
eat.
It says that in the Bible. The man, you
Well,
serve your man first. Because at the end of the day, the kids can always go in there and go get something to eat. But at the same time, it's by right. The man eat, then the kid. Me, I
I
fix
mean,
everybody plate
either
at the
way,
same motherfucking time. I fix
either
everybody plate
way.
at the same time.
I'm
Well,
like I said, I'm not
I
knocking
fix I
nobody's
fix my man
lifestyle.
plate first because he done did what he done did. He the head of my council. He do what he do, so he ain't got to worry
Exactly.
about nothing. I fix his plate,
I don't
then
know.
I fix the kids' plate. It ain't that usually they in their room doing their thing. When it's time for me to call them to eat, they don't come right away anyway. So that's I
Exactly.
just fix his food, get him out the way, and I'm
You
always
gotta,
last to eat.
yeah. You gotta look at
Well,
that
that's
stuff
just
like
not
that
how.
too.
That's not how we did it. But to each his own. I'm not knocking
Well, that's
nobody.
how I was raised. That's how I was raised, and that's what my granny and even the people in the South inbred it in
Yeah,
me. You get married, your husband come first. Your husband come first. You can look it up.
yeah.
Your husband come first. Your wife come
Okay,
first.
okay.
But if
I
Your
it
just
was
wife
said.
any
come
I just
first.
abuse,
said.
I can see if you're
But if
not
it's
feeding.
an abuse like this, hell no,
Yeah,
that nigga don't come
yeah.
first. The kids
No, you
come
wouldn't
first.
even be here.
That's what I'm saying. But in this case, they not married. Me, I'm not. If I'm not married to that man, no, you're not getting no food first. My kids gonna get food first. But
Exactly.
if I'm married to you, yeah, you get your food first.
Okay. Well, like I said, to each his or her own. I'm not knocking it, but
Right, I ain't knocking it either, but I just know what's right and what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
And another thing that I don't do, if you a motherfucker sitting on your ass ain't trying to do shit and help that motherfucker do shit, you don't eat at all. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck
Oh, that's
at
scripture
all.
too. A man don't
You
work, he
don't eat
shouldn't eat.
shit at all. Exactly.
The
So
Bible
you
say
could be
that
sitting
too.
over there, your motherfucking stomach growling and all that shit. Oh well,
No.
go make it to where your stomach stops growling.
Mm.
Yeah, nah, but
That's what I'm saying. People,
like I said,
women they be up here less over just to have a motherfucker
mm-mm.
laid up with them. I don't
No,
give a
no,
fuck.
no.
Fuck that.
Nope. Nope. That definitely not.
No, but far as
No.
that, I don't like how people take that circumstance of me feeding like my husband first, like my kids ain't gonna eat. No, they play me.
No,
If
I'm
not
just
healthier
saying.
than his, that be healthy. I just get him out the way because he done worked and did everything to make sure we have provided for my household. I get
Mhm.
him on out the way. Then the kids, and I'm the last to eat.
You
Right.
know,
It,
it
it, it, it,
everybody's household is however way they do it. I wasn't knocking that. I just, I've seen girls where men be sitting on their ass and they feed them first. I
No,
don't believe it.
no, I'm not
You
doing
know,
it.
no, that's
that's
because that's you
that's
know
what I
why
was getting
anonymous.
to.
You know what anonymous? You know why females like that? Is because that's all they want is a man. Fuck the kids.
That's
Right.
all they
They better
want.
have a man. Yes, they only want a man. Them kids, they can care less about the fucking kids. That's why.
That's what
But
I
in,
was
in
getting to.
reality, yeah. But in reality, if you're married, just like when I was married, yeah, I used to fix my husband's plate first. I sure the fuck
Yeah,
did.
they be married to a nigga, but he don't do shit.
That's
Well,
why he shouldn't eat. See, that's the
exactly.
thing. You should know who the fuck you're marrying.
Know who the
I'm
fuck
not
you
about to sit up
dating.
here.
Know who you
Right. I'm
dating
not
before
finna
you
sit up
even
here.
marry them.
I'm not finna sit up here and you feel me and marry a nigga that I know ain't got shit going for himself that don't know how to do shit but sit on his ass and smoke weed
You'll be
and
white
got
mouth.
records. Yeah, exactly.
Your
Your name will
mouth be
be
This
white.
is what I
the
was trying
white.
to get
You'll
to.
be the white. You'll be the
The
white
white
fucking
around
with
your
me.
mouth.
This this
Exactly.
this is this is what I was trying to get to. This is what I have seen is these men sitting around, smoking weed all day, playing on the video games. They out there in the streets
No.
and they, I mean, married or whatever, they flake first and get mad if it's not
You
enough
gotta
for.
say that's kind of like irrelevant because you can't compare some niggas sitting on their ass getting fed to us talking about a king, a man, a
Exactly.
provider.
Right. Exactly.
There's no comparison. You know what
The
I'm
Nope.
saying?
point the point I was getting at is you got guys out here getting fed and they not doing their part, and the children, no matter what, they don't get. I mean, I've seen. This is just stuff that I've seen that I was like, wow, the kids should get they food
And that's
first.
when I would have left Anonymous. Because if you ain't part of the solution,
Exactly.
you part of the problem. I can't be here. They doing too much.
Exactly.
He not doing nothing. I'm not finna sit in no house with nobody like that. And the kids waiting to eat and they hungry. And he just, no, I'm not finna do that. But
That's
for
what
as
I'm
my
saying.
husband, who's a provider and the
They
king of
won't
this
either.
house, the only time I'll fix his plate first if I'm mad. That's the only
Look,
time.
these girls don't leave these kinds of guys though. They
Well,
won't
that's
leave
on
them.
them. They should date first. Know who you dating.
That's what I always say. But you tell them anything, they get mad at you.
Well,
Hell
you
yeah.
can't be my
Hell
friend
yeah.
then.
Hell
It,
no.
it is
Shit.
what it
Nigga,
is.
you be
But
I'm
that's
telling you,
what I
nigga
was
be over
trying to
here. He be
point
looking
out.
like a starving ass animal fucking with me. I don't
Oh,
give a fuck.
I
The
promise you.
fuck?
The
Cause
wife.
that's how you gotta think about it. That's a hard ass fucking job. Like you already going to work busting your ass, and then you gotta come home to provide for your kids, and then another
Right,
grown motherfucker that's
right.
sitting here watching you do what the fuck you do, and knowing that you're tired, and still have the
Yep.
nerve to say, "Oh, I want some sex," or "Oh, you're not gonna give me no pussy," or "You ain't gonna do." Fuck for what, nigga? What did you do to earn this? You gotta earn this.
I promise
Right.
You
Exactly.
gotta earn this shit. Nigga, if you just sit around all fucking day smoking up weed, watching TV, just on your phone till the battery fucking go dead and shit, and then you want
Then
a
you
bitch to
beating
come
my
home?
ass. Then you beat me.
Yeah, and you beat my exactly. The fuck,
That's what they do. That's
man.
what
I'm
the
gonna be.
men.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm my mama's child. I'm telling you, I'm my mama's child. You feel me? Let a nigga do me, and I'm gonna do exactly what my mama did. Put that motherfucker 6 feet deep. I don't give a fuck,
I promise you.
and wouldn't have no remorse about it or none of that. And I'll tell his family he deserved it. The fuck?
I don't respect no man that beat women and children. Cause if you beating a woman, nine times out of 10, you gonna smack the
You
five
beating a
out of a
motherfucking
child.
kid?
I promise you.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I don't beat kids, nigga. She got a black eye. What you talking about?
Hmm.
So that's
I'm
sick.
sorry. That's sick to me. I don't respect no man to do that. I don't respect
Me,
no man that feel like they gotta put their hands on a woman for a woman to listen to them or for a woman to do what the fuck they nigga. You's a bitch ass nigga to me. A bitch made one. On top of that, I don't got no respect for niggas like
no
that.
respect.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
About.
nigga. You the type of
The
motherfucker I
day
would walk
before
past and throw
Anthony
my
was
drink in your
drowned,
face.
Alizé would reference the chorus of a song by Rod Wave titled Street Runner. She'd say, if I ever killed my son, it would be from that song, because I honestly was gonna. I'm just being honest. The song lyrics would read, loving you is my greatest sin. Later that day, she'd tell Trey she wants to put him up for adoption. A member of Child Protective Services would interview Anthony's 10-year-old brother for the second time. He'd admit that during the first interview, he didn't tell the truth because he was scared to tell the truth. When asked why he was scared, he said Alizé told him if he tells anyone what happened, Trey would go to jail. And if Trey goes to jail, she would choke him. The 10-year-old boy went on to say 6-year-old Anthony got in trouble for stealing food, and as a result, Trey took him to the bathroom to go swimming. The boy would define swimming as drowning, and drowning as holding Anthony's head underwater. While explaining Trey's torture method, the 10-year-old motioned his hand, showing exactly how Trey held Anthony's head under the water. Trey kept telling the 10-year-old to go to his room, but he didn't listen. He was frozen as he watched Trey drown his little brother in the dark tub. When Anthony stopped moving is when Trey laid him on the floor and attempted CPR before leaving him in the bathroom. The 10-year-old boy described how Trey would put the boys in chokeholds just to get them to go to sleep. He'd also say him and his 7-year-old brother were rewarded with candy and food just to beat up Anthony. They'd punch the 6-year-old until he was weak enough to get put in the dog cage, where he'd remain for hours, while the 10 and 7-year-old would be locked in their bedroom. Alizé has 6 other children, and all of her kids have now been placed in DCF custody. Both Alizé and Trey have been charged with first-degree murder, aggravated manslaughter of a child, aggravated child abuse, tampering and felony life capital proceeding, child abuse, and causing a minor to become needy. For the drowning murder of 6-year-old Anthony Rouse, the couple faces a possible death sentence under Florida law. Now, this is one of the most saddest and hottest cases I've had to cover. And the fact that I went to school with Trey makes this even crazier. I was just recently in Tampa and I reconnected with 2 people that I was around in high school. I met Trey. I actually fought Trey around the same group of people. I could proudly say I beat Trey. I never would have guessed that, in 10, 11 years, this would be the situation. To hear what he did to that 6-year-old boy and the other 2 kids, and with me having a 6-year-old daughter, people say, I don't wish jail on nobody. I don't wish jail. I'm not wishing jail. I hope they fry his ass. Florida has the death penalty. You just drowned a 6-year-old little boy in front of his 10-year-old brother? Yeah. You should be able to skip the fucking line and go lay down immediately and take that. if the inmates don't get to you first? To hear that these kids were locked in the dock in a piss and shit infested room. To hear that this 6-year-old was starving for food and would have to sneak in the house and steal whatever he could steal just to be beaten for it and forced into a dog cage. To hear how when these kids were sleepy, instead of them being held, instead of a night light, a bedtime story, they were getting choked to sleep. This case doesn't deserve any remorse for the 2 people that have been arrested, especially the mother. To do that to your own children. Her other kids were already taken away. And I tried to reach out to Anthony's father because it ain't Trey. I saw on his Facebook he was shooting back at people in the comments that were calling him a bad father, asking where he was at. I sent him a message. He either ignored it or didn't see it. I don't know where he was at during all of this. Apparently, Anthony, his first 2 years alive, was in the custody of the state. His last 4 years alive, he was with his fucking mother. I don't know why. But sadly, it took him dying for those other 2 kids to escape that fucking house. And for Trey and Alizé to be put away. So now the parents have their own dog cage to sit in. And the fact that I've been to Florida State Prison, it bothers me knowing that where they're going is going to be a cleaner, more sanitary situation than what those kids were in. Those kids were in a worse prison than Florida State Prison. Rest in peace to that little boy. Fuck the parents. Drop y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, that's sad. Not only
That's
that, I
real
wish it was
depressing.
a penalty that keep people who do stuff like this to kids, they get the same. I mean, torture. Like, put his ass up underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the mama that
But
cut
that's
her
the
kids
thing.
up, cut her up and don't give her no medicine, to numb nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Let
cut
her see
her
how
up
they feel.
and then put salt in her wounds and then acid, then put her body in a drum and fill it full of acid while she's still living, then cut her eyeballs out, put it in her mouth, and then just
Trust
rip
me.
her butthole open with a knife and just leave her there. Because this
Trust
is
me.
the result
Dang,
of
girl,
bitches
you
who
could have
are
been a
so.
good Sicario.
Hey, you know what? Allegedly, but let me tell you
Shit.
something. This is the result of bitches who cannot do without a man. You just have to have a
Yep.
man so bad
Yep.
that they just,
That's
you know what I'm
thank you.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
You weak-minded
Mm-hmm.
ass bitches. I'm done.
I'm cool. Fucking that shit. I could
Ugh.
do bad by my goddamn self.
You know?
Got
Nah, they
tore
was
up.
living in shit and piss in a room. Like,
That's
come on now, you wouldn't even let them use the bathroom. Like,
That's what I'm
man,
saying.
you
So
you,
why
you
the
treat
baby
them
can't
like
use the fucking
animals.
bathroom? Why the fuck the baby can't use the bathroom? What did the baby do that bad to where he had to hold his piss and shit? The fuck out of here!
It was
I
in the other
swear, this
room,
remind
mama.
me so much. This
They
remind me
didn't
so much
want
of
to watch
my
that.
cousin or what he did. Cause that's what they was doing to that little boy. Why he can't go to the bathroom? And y'all supposed to be potty training. Why? Why?
Some people just nasty, and we know this, and we done seen them type people. I mean, I used to keep my brother girlfriend kids, and I don't care, and I hope she listening. And when he bring them to me, I had to give them bleach baths because they smelled so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of bleach,
You
not a lot,
know,
just a little bit of bleach in there to get that out their skin.
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Just nasty.
It's a lot of people that don't want the responsibility of watching a kid.
don't have them.
They don't.
Don't have
They
them.
don't. that they don't want to. They want to sit around, be on, social media all day. You know, they don't want to do things for themselves for betterment. They don't want that responsibility, but they still cock their legs open with no protection.
Well, that's the
I don't
result of you
understand
throwing
that
that
shit.
P and throwing that D. Now throw
Yeah,
your hands up and
Mhm.
clean that baby and clean that house.
they don't want
Exactly.
that
Cause,
responsibility. They don't
let
want
me
to do
tell
it.
you, not 9 out of 10 as a mama, if you ain't cleaning your kids, I mean you ain't cleaning your ass right. And that mean if a
Hello.
man come in
Mm,
like that, I mean he's
mm,
nasty too. He's
mm.
Yeah,
nasty too. And
Yes.
I'm just saying, it be motherfuckers out there. All they want to do is lay up and have sex all fucking day.
that's
You think they
retarded.
get you think they want to get up and feed a kid? Let a kid come knock on the goddamn door and say they hungry. That motherfucker don't got an attitude because now you disturbing the peace between her or him and his woman or her and her man.
Stinking ass room.
Yeah, how you
Thinking
tag
ass
somebody
woman.
there? Because I don't take my cousin. She needs to hear this.
That's nasty. That's
I,
nasty,
I
That's
nasty,
got you,
nasty.
nasty.
Mimi.
It's nasty. But you got motherfucking and it be man. I'm telling you, you for a motherfucker to say it like a man to say some shit like that. Oh, I've just been used to just laying up in the bed with a bitch all day. The
But that
fuck,
that tells me you ain't shit in it either. Fuck
right?
that. You don't want to even get out there and help yourself. You don't want to better yourself. Fuck out of
Shout
here,
out to
man.
my cousin for paying for me. You go,
I
girl.
can't do it.
This this a PSA to all bitch ass niggas out there. Just because you fuck a bitch, that's not the cue to be like trying to move in.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
That's not the cue to try to move in. And that was a PSA for all you bitch ass niggas. Just cause you fuck a bitch, that is not the cue for you to be like, well, shit, man, let me come stay with you then. Shit, like, bro, get your bitch ass home, bro.
And don't be trying to leave your socks or your drawers or some of these.
And this a PSA for all y'all bitch ass bitches. Just cause you fucking
Yep.
a nigga don't mean bring him in and let him eat the food stamps and goddamn
Exactly.
cater to him.
Exactly. Telling you, man. I done seen it. Everything that we talking about and been watching for the last. I done seen that shit. I done seen it. I done seen it. I got a
Hmm.
little cousin that used to put her nigga before her kid. Basically, like break her fucking neck, knowing that her baby needs shit too. You know what I'm saying? But want her baby to call this nigga daddy. He don't even treat that baby like it's his daughter.
No. But see, that's why the
Don't even.
system, that's why the system's so hard on people that need the help. Because of
Right.
bitch ass
Mhm.
bitches like that moving those sorry
Mhm.
ass niggas in there. Now they're like, if you move them in, you got to get out, you and your kids. And so they done made it hard for the ones that's trying to get on their feet. They might have had came into some hard times to move forward. You done made it
Right.
hard. Cause you want
Right.
JoJo and the crew in there in your nasty ass house with your kids.
Right.
Kids
And
higher
then
than a
you got some
motherfucker.
bitches. Then you got some motherfuckers out there can see the other part of the person, whether it's a man or a female, doing better than what they was when they was with them with whoever else, and then they'll call them with a guilt trip, and the motherfuckers go right back to them to go back to the same ass shit that you was dealing with before.
Cause they know they
Let
ain't
me
got
know
to
when
do
my
nothing.
cousin get done.
Nigga done wiped off
A
the
bitch
toilet
sitting up
seat
there
and think he
watching,
did
oh, this
something.
nigga used to beat the shit out of me, but he over there with this bitch living all good. Fuck that. Let me tell this nigga that he can come home. So, cause you miss getting your ass beat. Bitch, at this point, y'all mama should have swallowed y'all. Every motherfucker that doing this shit, y'all should have been swallowed on everything.
Period.
The fuck?
Gun,
Period.
gun, gun, gun.
Okay, ain't like y'all ain't did it before.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. These bitches want to pick and choose on what to swallow. Bitch, swallow the right shit. Bitch.
I promise you, that's real talk. That's sick.
I'm
And
just
then these,
speaking real. It might sound funny, but I'm real. I'm being real. Bitches be picking and choosing on what they want to swallow.
I
Bitch, you
promise
see this nigga out here ain't about shit, and you gonna have a ain't shit baby by him? Bitch, you should have swallowed that baby because you know what's gonna happen. That was just a waste of time. You finna bring this baby in this world to go through hell because you want to be up in a nigga's ass.
And then want to have their baby, so they feel like they connected to them. You dummy. You don't even know
Yes.
how to fold
I
your
ain't never
drawers.
understood
Don't
that.
even know how to wash your manor cat. And another thing, these niggas ain't old enough to piss a hole in the ground. That's how immature you ain't strong enough for the boy. Let me tell you, these niggas off the chain. I said piss
Yeah,
a
they
hole
is.
in the ground. That's what grown men do. You still skeeting everywhere. Nasty ass. Just nasty. Stink. Don't bring nobody around me like that, because I'm going to tell you stink.
Right. Some niggas don't even know what a real meal is because they so busy eating childish.
Set up ass
Oh, I
nigga.
need to use that.
You still eating setups.
Yeah. Still
Ain't
eating
nothing wrong.
setup
Niggas
ass
walking
To
around
niggas.
all
here
my real
5
G's,
months
ain't nothing
pregnant.
wrong with the setup.
Niggas
I
don't even
still
know
eat
what a
setup,
hot
but
cooked
I'm just
meal is
saying.
because they ain't never had a bitch to sit there and cook a hot cooked meal. All
I
he know is
promise
hot
you.
shit. He works with the kids. Only thing he know is hot Cheetos and fucking
Takis
jerk.
and shit.
What's that
I
shit?
promise.
And beef jerkies and shit. That ain't
So you mean
food.
to tell me, mama, he ain't had no meat, starch, and then a vegetable? He don't know what
None
that
of that.
means.
None of
Meat,
that.
starch,
None
and
of
a
that.
vegetable.
They add a starch, nigga. If you add a starch, I'm gonna tell you, this for the PSA for you bitch ass niggas. When you add a starch is not Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm just saying.
Right.
It's not
Exactly.
Kraft macaroni and cheese. That's not real cheese. That's not real noodles, nigga. So
I
I'm
promise
just
you.
saying. The nigga be
Tell her,
like,
Ryan.
man, what you cook, babe? Oh, some macaroni. Oh, it's homemade. Nah, it's Kraft. Get your
That's
ass
right.
out of here.
But you know
Get
what,
your
Niggas
Mary?
been talking about they could
Mary.
cook. A motherfucker talking about they could cook and then want to cook and fry chicken. The chicken burnt, but it's still bloody in the inside. How the
Yeah.
fuck? The fuck?
Yeah.
fire.
PSA. So all y'all niggas don't know how to cook chicken, boil it first. Get the blood up out of it.
Exactly.
Then
At
fry it,
least
nigga.
shit. Or no, you know what you can do?
Yeah.
Like my granny taught me. When
I know how
you
to
can
fry
you can cut it, but by the bone. You feel me? Cut that shit before
That's
you put
too
it in
much
the
work
grease.
for them niggas. They don't know
I
how to
know,
put a
I
bone
know
Oh
how
in.
to
They
yeah.
just know how
fry
to
it.
eat
Right.
it.
I don't
Right.
gotta boil it. I do it like how my granny did it with the blood still. But I know how to do it though. Some niggas don't know how to do it.
That's
It's
just the
like, you
easy
know,
way,
this the
Ryan.
truth. This the trick. This how you know your shit down there done. You don't hear that shit sizzling no more.
Or it's
Exactly.
slow to the top. Or
It's
it's
like
slow to the top.
Look,
depending on how big your wings is, they'll float. Like flats, they'll float, whatever the case may be. But
Well, you should start out with
if
flat
you
look,
gotta
then.
get
Ryan.
funky, you gotta
I
get
tell them, because they ain't got the common sense to know all that. Boil it, get the blood out of it. That's the easy way, nigga. If you don't know how to fry chicken, boil it first, strain it, season it, then fry it. At least you know it's done. Yeah, it ain't gonna die of no kind of whatever you get from undone
Salmonella.
chicken.
Or just fuck it. Just do the easy way. Bake that shit. Bake
nigga,
it.
nigga
They
don't
don't know how
boil
to
it.
keep it in there. They can't count.
Hold on,
No
nigga
count.
don't boil it. Nigga don't boil that shit, nigga. You don't boil it, nigga. You ball it. Fuck you talking? You ball it.
They don't know how long to keep it in there. That shit be stiff like a. It ain't
Yeah,
time
Right.
don't
yet.
cook. Don't cook. Don't cook.
And
It's the
put
No, they
whole
need
flour,
to learn.
situation.
put seasoning in your flour too.
Right.
Right.
Motherfucker sit up there talking about I cleaned the house. You cleaned the house, but you got a big puddle over here in the corner with the trash.
I
Pick
don't
that
smell
shit
no
up. That ain't
cleaning.
cleaning.
Nigga done pissed behind the toilet right there. Nigga
Ugh.
is yelling back there. Why the hell you
Right.
ain't cleaned the back of the toilet?
Or all on the fucking rug. Now you going in there,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, with no fucking shoes. Why the goddamn rug and shit all wet?
That bleach my new rugs because you spraying that shit everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, you gonna move the rug, sweep the floor, then clean the toilet.
Or
Then
or
mop it.
or 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 you got the ones that don't even know how to lift the seat up to pee. They just fuck it. I'm gonna just keep the seat down and just motherfucker.
Clean that tub up. Then you gonna put them kids in that dirty ass tub with a ring around it. Look like goddamn you been balling dirt in that motherfucker. Clean
Right.
that tub, scrub, nigga. That's what that guy gave you man strength for. Get in there.
Bitches be
Yeah.
5 months
Some
pregnant, still
some
talking
men
about
don't
going
even
on a
know their
trip and
strength, you
drinking.
know. Some men don't even know their own fucking strength. That's why they be so challenges against themselves. It ain't gotta be none of the challenge against nobody else. It's against themselves because they don't know they own fucking worth. They don't know that if I go out there and get a cut or some type of something on my hand, it's gonna make my hands rough to show that I have done something in my life. A nigga with soft hand, you can't trust a nigga with soft hand. I mean, he ain't done shit in his life but beat bitches.
But jack his dick out.
You ain't
Yeah,
got no cut,
if
nigga,
that,
no
if
scratch.
that.
I done got mad.
Me too.
Me
Niggas
too.
don't even know how to change tires now. I'm gonna call the tire service.
What?
Oh yeah, man. My daddy taught me
Oh
all that shit.
shit.
I know
I'm
how
gonna
to put
call the
my own
tire
battery. I know
service.
how to change a battery, a tire, all that shit. I'm a
Yeah,
female. Don't give a fuck about getting dirty because that's just who I am.
I
The
promise you.
fuck? It ain't about being pretty all the fucking time. What's wrong with these old bitches out here now? Wiping from the back to the front. Stinking ass bitches.
Look, mama got weave down to their ass and got big dudes running everywhere.
You feel me?
That's
Right.
funny.
But the only thing they worried about is they motherfucking bodies. Only thing they worried about, oh, I could just go out and just look cute and all that shit. Bitch, go bitch your ass stink. Bitch,
God.
you pull the panties down there and watch the seat of that shit gone.
Oh
Dude,
my
good
God,
Some
what
God
is
ass
that?
pussy.
almighty.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Oh God. Yeah.
Niggas
Check the
start
PA.
PSA. Niggas start
Oh
looking at the
my
draw seat.
God.
They don't even look at the draw seat no more. They just go in there. Nigga,
Oh
Right.
my
she done
God.
Yeah.
balled them up in her fist. You come.
Hell yeah.
You
Bitch don't
stupid.
already, but you know what I'm saying? The bitch don't already come out, oh, wait, I gotta go use the bathroom. She done went in the bathroom and took them dirty ass panties off and shit. And them tucked them somewhere. Didn't want to come lay
Oh.
up and eat. And like I said, it's nasty niggas out there knowing that bitch pussy stank, but he still fucking her.
That's why his mouth white.
And then we'll talk about it
Yeah.
after
Right.
they're done.
The wife.
And then we'll talk about it while they're done.
And
Yeah, but
some of it
nigga,
don't be
but at
good,
the
but
end of
be
the day, nigga,
funny.
you still fucked her though. And I'll be
Don't
that
talk
friend at the
about
end of
it.
the day, nigga. I'll be that friend at the end of the day, nigga. You still went in there, so you
Yeah,
can't
I
really
will
talk
too.
about
I'll
it.
be
Cause
like,
nigga, if you
nigga,
gonna
now you
talk
know.
about her, you might as well talk about yourself. Cause nigga, you nasty and stanky too. It take one to know one. It take one to know one.
I promise you.
She said he was. Ew.
He said wipe it from the back to the front. Get in there.
Ah.
I'm saying that's why bitches ass be
Oh.
stinking. I tell you, it don't even be their ass coochie. Sometimes be their thighs. Cause
Oh
they get in the
Lord.
shower, they don't wash their thighs.
Oh Lord. On this good Sunday.
I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you how to wash
Teach
your
him.
ass. You better
Teach him.
lift every goddamn up. Even
Get
if
in
you
there.
got a little roll, you better get in that motherfucking roll.
Oh my goodness.
And if you know you got a big ass, you better bend over all in the shower. You better, matter of fact, you need one of them shower heads you can take off and really clean your ass. You don't need that shit that just, you know what I'm saying, just be there because it ain't cleaning everything. You need one of them motherfuckers you could just detach
Oh.
and really
Man,
get
bleach.
in
You
there.
better put some Clorox in some bath water and sit in it. Bleach that ass. Bleach it. Get in there. Soak it for 20
Dang.
minutes.
All right. These hoes nasty.
Oh
Stinking
Nasty.
ass.
shit. Oh my
And all
goodness.
they worried about is a nigga, because they,
And nigga.
oh, I'm looking good. I'm this and that, this and that. That's sometimes I don't be getting like,
I
it's
don't either.
like, like one day I was just somewhere and I was in the store, listening to a bitch just talking to her friend and shit. And it's like, she sitting up there to my ear. It seemed like I got my body done. All niggas do that want to do just holler at me. And woo. Well, bitch, what you gonna get your body done for?
That's what you
That's
got it
what you
done
wanted,
for.
right?
Yeah, you
That's
want
what you
that?
got it done for, right? Attention, right? The fuck?
Not only that, I can't stand these bitches with these $20 wigs, $5 eyelashes, and then an outfit from City Trend. Bitch, sit your ragged ass down with big dudes running through the house, shit on the
That
toilet.
part.
The bed ain't never been made up. Oh, you,
Right.
girl, I done seen
Big
them.
dude.
Big dude running through the house.
I got
Big
big
dudes
dudes
running through
running
the house.
around
Running
like
around the house.
them roaches.
Oh, that's some roaches.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
that
what
big
they
bitch
as
call
hell.
too.
big dude.
Hell no.
You got
What
big
you
dudes
thought
running
she was
around
talking
like
about, big dude? What you thought she was
I thought
talking
she
about?
was talking about a man.
hell nah.
Oh
Them
no.
ain't getting
I mean, shit, they is a man.
That is. Yeah.
That's the man of
They
the
demand
Some of
house.
respect.
them.
They run
That
the
man
house.
that demand respect, nigga. Yeah.
Right. At that point, if you got roaches and shit, you no longer run your house.
Cut them lights off, nigga. You
That's
know I
that
don't
roach
like
house.
running
If
when they
you
come on,
violating
nigga.
at this point.
When them lights come on, nigga, I don't like running, nigga. Turn them lights off, nigga. Nigga, hey, nigga, no, nigga, don't pick up that piece of chicken, nigga. Leave that on the floor, nigga. We get that later, nigga.
I promise. Got the kids playing with them.
It's,
They
yeah,
friends.
it's different ways of being nasty.
Hey,
You know,
bro, don't
my
spray that
man.
shit, bro. Don't spray that, and nigga, don't bust them bombs, nigga. I know what that is in your hand, nigga. What you got from Walmart, nigga? That's them
Bowling
bombs,
balls. Run them bowling balls.
motherfucking
Right.
bombs. Nigga, we see what the fuck them is, nigga. Yeah, nigga, don't bust them motherfucker. Yeah, okay. You want to pull out bombs? Okay. Say less, nigga.
All of
Watch
that.
me go back out. Nigga. We coming back out deep in the fuck tonight, nigga. You got us fucked up.
Right.
And start watching y'all friends who get in y'all car that you know they ain't all of that, but they got them pocketbooks. Big dude is ready to party. His ass coming out. He coming to your house and you gonna goddamn mate with somebody. Now you got big dudes. Bitch, don't put your bag in my car. Put it in the
Hell
car.
no.
Damn.
Man, I remember riding with a motherfucking man. I swear to God, y'all. I damn near, I couldn't, I don't know what the fuck. I rode in somebody's car, y'all. I don't even know. I was in the back seat. Her and her dude was in the front. Tell me why I was in the back seat. We was smoking and shit. Next thing you know, mind you, the car, it was filthy. You know, if the car looked like that, just
Lottery
imagine.
tickets on the floor.
But just
Cigarette butt.
tell me why I seen a big dude. Tell me why I seen a big
Oh, I
dude
got to get
chilling.
out. I got too much hair in my head.
I said, I know you fucking lying. I know you. It was like a whole little family of them.
Hey,
A
have
whole
y'all ever been
family.
in somebody's
A
house, mama,
fucking
and you see
family?
one? Do you supposed to kill it?
No, you
I'm
supposed
gonna
to
kill
keep
it and get the
moving.
fuck
You got to
on.
keep
Kill that
No, I'm
moving.
gonna
motherfucker.
kill it and get the fuck on until I just kill something, and I can't be here,
Why
bitch.
you
I need to go
kill
put
my
all
big
my
dude?
shit up, bitch.
Man,
And I
you
got
got big
dreads. It'll just
dudes.
be my luck, a motherfucker fall in my hair. The fuck?
You got big dudes.
Mm-mm.
Please don't offer me nothing to drink.
I'm
I
on
don't want to go
shit.
Hell
There ain't no
nowhere.
no.
bottled water.
I don't
I
want to
mean,
sit
but
down,
but
man.
at the end of the
I'm
day.
standing up the whole time.
Hey,
I'm
let me
laying
tell you,
back.
let me tell you this. Let me say this. You don't know if motherfuckers got big dudes, right? Let me tell you
It
how you
smell
know.
like it.
Because when you walk, when you walk through their house, it's a certain smell that they have. You know they
Yeah.
got
Smell like
something.
piss and mildew or something. Pissy mildew.
Not even a piss and mildew. It smells like It
Roaches.
smells. Yes.
Mm.
Ain't no other way to say it. Smell like a roach.
It
Not you,
smells like
Ghost.
it.
I'm talking about the roach.
Right. Yeah, the real roaches.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hell no. It just got that smell like flakes.
Oh.
Man,
I
it
been to
just
the hood.
yeah.
I got cousins that got them, and I don't go
Yeah,
by them.
exactly. I ain't gonna do shit. Man,
We having a card party. Well, y'all have fun.
right.
Is it
I wouldn't
outside?
be participating. I just like the shit, man. These people is
They're out the
fucking
chain. I promise you.
Hey, y'all got me looking around. Let me see a goddamn road. I'm going to burn this whole damn shit down.
My bad. Rats is another thing.
No.
But them things. Sometimes they just find their way. You could be the cleanest house. And I done been to the most cleanest house. And what? And them motherfuckers what?
But
You
as
gotta
soon
have
as I
some
see
ice.
one, I'm getting rid of the
Oh wait, they
problem.
said Kenneka Jenkins' mom, Teresa, is quilty.
Quilty? That's what
That's
I was reading. I'm like, am I drunk or am I?
Right. I had to put my cup down. Wait a fucking minute.
Is that a G? Let me get my ass off here.
That's a Q. It's Q.
I'm gonna get my glasses.
what that means,
I got
Smitty.
my right. What that mean?
I
Let me
don't
look
know,
that
but we
word
got to get into some Kenneka Jenkins. Let's get into it though.
popping? So, bringing y'all another video. Sorry I haven't brought one in a while, but I just been sick for the last couple of days. Anyway, so instead of me just always doing videos of the same old stuff, people are like, "Oh, well, that's old," or "I seen that," or yeah. But I'm just bringing up stuff that maybe you didn't see, I didn't see, we didn't catch, or stuff people has caught and sends me emails of it. So there was a text message, I guess from C. I don't know who he is, but talking about employees at the hotel. When I got the radio call to the pool room, Lenny, Resco, Juan, and a bald-headed maintenance hotel worker and housekeeping lady. Three men from the party, along with two girls, helped put her in a bag. Okay, so my point to this is they're talking about this bald-headed dude, and I've caught him in pictures before, like walking with her. Like I believe this is the guy who was walking with her around the hotel, and had something obvious to do with it. But I want to show the pictures I found that I caught. I screenshotted, and while the video was going, I tried to get the best I can. So if you're on a phone, try to hold it back a little bit, maybe, but you're gonna see exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, so let me show you. Like I said, this picture here, and you probably can see there is a person behind Kenneka, and you see his white sleeve and his arm, and he's holding on her, like by her elbow, and then you see her shoulder and her arm, and even her hand, her black hair, and her head is back on, like as if she was on his, what would that be, his right shoulder. Okay, because we're seeing his left and her left. So you don't see her face, but you can see her hair and her arms, her chest area, her leg, his arm holding on to her, and you can actually see his head. I can see his ear, his mustache and beard, his nose, his lips, his eyes. I mean, you can see it, like, you pull it up, all that area right there. But I'm going to show you here in this picture, what I was telling you, like his arm, her arm, his leg, her leg. That part over here would be her hair. The circle here would be her face. And his face is where I had the arrow pointing here saying face. Okay, so here's another one. You can see clearly someone with her, and it's just crazy how when I started putting it through the filters and lighting it and doing dynamics and cool and warm and all them filters, how slowly, like short, slowly, I was starting to see two people, and this is supposed to be her by herself. One, I've never seen someone who had two left shoulders. Like it almost can look like if there was two white legs hanging or something. But that's actual one person's shoulder and arm and hand, and another person's shoulder, arm and hand. Right where that red line goes across, you can see that's where his hand is bent, holding on to her, like her arm. Okay, so I got some other ones here. You can see a little more. I'm just showing you these, like you can slow it down, you can pause it, screenshot it, and look at it later if you want to. Um, but yeah, you definitely can see, and I don't even know how they can say that this was one person, um, because that would be her walking forward into the kitchen. Um, so how can they not see this, and how did no one question this? Like, I just don't understand how the people who was, in charge of detectives investigating this case, if these pictures, and I'm sure they were brought to them, didn't make them want to, like, what is going on? Like, I mean, it's been 6 years, but there's definitely something with her, and he's a bald headed. I don't know if he's black or Hispanic. Um, I mean, I don't think he'd be white. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's been edited so much, it's not sure. But I do know that there's two people there. I'm not stupid. Um, Here was another one I tried to clear up a little bit more, and yeah, you can still see it. Like, I mean, it's to the point where you can even see like his like butt area, his leg. Um, like you can see because we know she didn't have two damn arms and two heads. I mean, come on now. But I wanted to play this video and show y'all what this lady had found, and this is what really got me. So I'm gonna play the video for y'all, okay? Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, I think we on to something with this shit right here. Y'all see why the fuck I keep saying she wasn't no motherfucking drunk. That wasn't the movement of a drunk person. Man, y'all see this nigga right up under her ass. He right behind her,
I've been
holding
saying
her
that
up.
shit.
You don't see
Yes,
that?
I've been saying that. Yes, I've been saying that.
I see
That's
that.
like I said on the cameras. That's where I knew she wasn't by herself. If you by yourself on a camera,
Oh,
it's just gonna light up green. When there's more than one person, it's gonna show how they were showing on that thing. It's gonna show red, and it's gonna keep blinking to indicate that it's more than one person right there.
The thing about it though, this ain't gonna hold up in the court of law. You know that,
nah,
Well,
right?
mama,
if you can prove of another video that's similar to this, like look how this looks like it's one person, but let me show you how it's really somebody behind them, and this is how they use technology to do so. And they show this, and they say, well, shit, this is the same thing. Let me show you how they use technology to make it look as if it's one person there. Once they get to showing you and you get to seeing some shit like this, you can't tell me that a motherfucker gonna say, nah, I don't see no other somebody behind her.
The only way that can be done if the mama pay the money to have someone come in there in computer technology and really break it down, but because you can't see no face, you can't
Hell
see
nah.
who it is.
Hell nah.
Now she can get an investigator or somebody that does technology to come in there and do it, but you got to present the face of that person to the judge. And if this is all you can see,
But see, they can argue, well, shit, even though we don't know the face, we're merely arguing that there still is a person present other than her, which means they manipulated the cameras.
exactly. So they have to find out who did that. This is an investigation also. And I don't understand why, if they had this much, why an investigation didn't still continue to go on. They try to close up with the civil suit. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe this shit should be over with. Let's just give her some fucking money. Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
well, that's what she wanted anyway. She didn't really want it. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, from my understanding, she'd been having a real tape from day one. They talking about they seen her. The mama talking about how she seen on the video for herself that she walked in there by herself. You's a goddamn lie. You goddamn. If she went in there by herself, she wouldn't have been half dressed. She would have been still looking like a decent person.
see, that's
She
the
was
part
put
I
in
don't
there.
get with the parents. I don't be getting this. Like, be honest.
Mm-mm. That's how you know it was some more up behind this damn story. Because everybody's hiding something, and the mama know exactly what the fuck, and she's hiding the real truth on what happened to her fucking baby. Because she
But
know,
why
she
do
know
they do that?
exactly
Why do
why
they do
happened
that?
to her.
This shit make me mad, man. We out here trying to
She
help and
another one. She another one that shouldn't have been a mama.
well, she got her money. I guess she gonna go on.
That's what it was about anyway. That's what it seemed like to me. I ain't taking no motherfucking money. We gonna figure out what happened to my motherfucking baby. And when we figure it out, then you motherfuckers gonna pay me because you think I was fucking crazy the whole fucking time. I'm taking no motherfucking money. For
Yeah,
what?
that I
That
be
ain't
on.
proving
I'm a
shit.
on. I'm a
That's
on.
not giving me justice on my fucking baby or me taking some money. No. We gonna ride this shit out till the fucking wheels roll out, nigga. Till God come get me. Ain't that a bitch? We gonna finish this shit because y'all gonna I need answers on what happened to my motherfucking baby.
And that's why I would have took whatever they gave me. Don't get me wrong, I would have took it, but I would have put it right back in to that case. Then I would have owned every crime plaza in America.
Mm-hmm. But shit, she ain't man, that lady knew what the fuck. She know what happened. Look at all the videos. Like I said, and she just showing me too. She's unemotional for me. She it's like this bitch just too calm. Like she talking about one of her friends or something. Shit, every time if that was mine, every time I asked a question, I'm gonna choke because that shit hurts. Not to have your child here every fucking day and motherfuckers know what happened because they was there and they ain't telling you shit. Fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. None of that.
I done heard so much stuff now. I don't know what to believe.
Also, they would have been showing me the cameras right away. I'm sorry.
You heard me say she
They
the
they
mama
need to
know.
show me some shit. If
She
I got
got from my understanding, she got the original fucking video. Bitch, if you got the original, then who the fuck is the killer then, bitch? Cause it
That's
showed
what
them
I'm
what the
saying.
fuck
All
they
the
showed
parents
them.
be knowing. They get to see it firsthand. How they play it is how they play it. The parents get to see firsthand everything.
Mm-hmm.
and the 911 call. Oh no, you guys coming down here right now, or I'm gonna cause a ruckus. It
That
wouldn't have
part.
been no. Well,
She didn't even press the issue on
maybe
that.
your daughter went so. No, motherfuckers, come down here, come have the video
They
check.
said my
No,
daughter was here. I need somebody here before I tear this motherfucker up. I bet you she would have said that shit. They would have had the whole fucking Chicago the police department down there.
Well, I did look into that, mama. It is a 24-hour, like they have to be missing
Yeah, I
window
get
before they
that.
start
they need
investigating
to get rid of
anything.
that law. They need to really get rid of that law.
They
I don't.
really do. Because at that time frame and within that 24 hours, we could have found them and saved their life. Within that 24
Yeah,
hours. Now, motherfucker, now you just notify the motherfucker who did something to her or the whoever to say, oh, now they know she's missing. I gotta get rid of her. I gotta get rid of them. I gotta do this. You feel me? Like,
yeah.
man. That's why I say this media shit is like it warns the fucking criminals. It warns them like when they just go do a crime, they just like if a motherfucker go rob somebody. You feel me? And he just robbed. He hit the bank for a big large amount of money. Now he's somewhere counting the money off or whatever. But at the same time, he watching TV. The TV. Oh yeah, well, we got this person and woo woo woo. And they say that only thing that they couldn't identify, but we got what the body frame looked like. Now you don't notify the motherfuckers to say, you know what? I need to get the fuck from up out of here. Cause as sooner or later, they gonna know who the fuck I am.
I think the person was still in there.
They were. You
And
know how
where?
the checkout time is 11 o'clock. Them
The
niggas was sitting
hotel.
there,
Hell
or
yeah,
or
man.
they left, after they did the deed. But some of
They
them
left
people
after
came back. Some of them
that
people came
motherfucker
back
worker
in.
who helped them. That motherfucker was there. The motherfucking the manager who all of a sudden unlocked the goddamn freezer and said, oh,
There
she's
you
in there.
go. There you go.
That man knew she was in there. Cause for one, how did the fucking freezer get locked with a fucking lock on it? The fuck out of here.
Well, we see who got the
Somebody that
keys.
works there.
We see who got the keys.
I didn't
And the cold
understand
part
that.
about it, if you pay attention to that manager, you feel me? Pay attention to the fucking manager. He knew what was up because every time from the time his shift, because I think he did a double or something. From the time he worked there to the time they found that body, he kept walking past that motherfucking refrigerator. He
Yes,
knew
he
she was
did.
in there.
He
He
locked her
knew
in.
she was in there. He
He locked
locked
her
it.
in. And if it's obvious to us, come on.
And they should have had the police there to unlock anything first.
Well,
His handprint shouldn't have been on that shit. Period. Because that's how they do their DNA. People stupid. No. Uh. Now how they gonna get the other fingerprints off of there if you don't win and did that?
mm-mm-mm. I don't know. This is a messy ass case. Messy, messy, messy,
So messy.
messy ass case.
And I just hate that
There's
this
a lot
happened to
of
this
hands.
baby.
There's a lot of
I
hands up
hate
in
that
this
this
case.
happened to her though.
I know.
That's fucked up. And like I said, and I'ma still feel it. The mama know what happened to her baby. That lady
She
know
knows.
exactly
Of course she
what
knows.
happened to her
Yes,
and
she
who
does.
did it. All of that.
And why?
Yes.
Now, riddle me this, Batman. Who beat the shit out of her ass?
What?
Who
On
beat
the
the shit
tell
out of
yeah.
her ass?
Yeah, because on one of the videos she had a fucking black eye.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all think the mama had something to do with it?
I think she knew
I,
about
I
it.
ain't gonna say she got something to do with it, but I know she knew what what about it. You know what I'm saying? Like she knew
Mm-hmm.
what was gonna do whatever, but you know what I'm saying? She just probably didn't. And I can't really say she didn't know what day because me personally, if I know a motherfucker have to kill my baby, I ain't gonna let my child go no motherfucking where. I don't give a fuck.
No.
So at the end of the day, rule number one right there, you knew motherfucker was gonna do something to your baby. That's why they was trying to get her out and this and there. You feel me? You wasn't supposed to let that baby go by herself. No fucking nowhere.
So
She
this
was
got
supposed to be at that.
so this got something to do with the gang shit, really.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I heard. After that, I was
Apparently,
confused. I was like,
now, here's what I don't know. Apparently, she did something. She either stole something from her ex in jail or took his money. I don't know. I
mm,
had seen some shit back when it first went on. I seen so much shit on there. But when somebody had mentioned that she had took her man's stash and spent it. She was supposed to give a certain amount to those guys in the hoodies and this, but she didn't do it. She spent it.
mm.
So her boyfriend had her killed. That's crazy.
Yep. He gave the order.
And if he was like that, it don't take nothing but an order.
Right. You right about that. But again, I don't give a fuck the mama knew that because she knew what kind of nigga her daughter was fucking with.
That's probably why she, you know,
Well, I mean, what can you do? Your next year, your head gonna be
and
ordered.
she gangster too. They probably already talked to her and let her know, and she's probably fucked up. So she knew they was
Mhm.
gonna get her someday. So I mean, this is the thing about that lifestyle. You know, it's a certain code. I'm not blaming her. I mean, Kenneka or nothing like that. I'm just saying this is what
Me either.
was said. It could be true. It could not be true. But if that happened, I could see why this was a setup.
And
That's
then did you pay attention as for the pastor that when you know what I'm saying? When
yeah.
they
Now
had the
that
funeral?
pastor, that's what made me think otherwise.
He said Teresa sacrificed her daughter.
And I saw
Why?
that when
Huh?
the
Why? You know what I'm
actual
saying?
pastor said it.
Like why would a pastor say something like that? Like what do
I
that
think
mean?
yeah, you got to remember that pastor's a gatekeeper. So let's keep it 100. He knew. So her mother is an Eastern Star.
That's another thing.
You know, so I don't know how deep she was in, but apparently we do know now. But the whole thing is that I seen the video where the pastor was preaching like that, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
I remember watching the live because they went live for her service. The mama
Yeah, yeah,
made
yeah.
sure
You remember
they
seeing
went
that man
live.
say that?
Yes, yes.
He did
And
say
I was
that.
confused. I was like, what?
Yeah,
What?
I wasn't. I understood what he was talking about, and I
So
said
he's
to
like a
myself,
elk member.
maybe because
Hmm.
anybody, if you, I think anybody of that crew, they do for their own.
Right.
So whoever does whatever, they tied. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
he probably came out and
And
did the
like you
little.
gotta mind you, her family is known to be in what was that, the Masons or something like they
Yeah,
deep in that
yeah,
shit.
they're deep in, and a lot of families aren't. I can't speak for anybody else who's involved in this.
Yeah, most of
But
the Masons I know are ex ex police officers.
ex-military, all that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Hmm.
I don't know what function,
Part that they
faction.
played in this, but that's the background
That's
of the shit,
And I got to
and
look
it's
into
deep.
that because I really don't know. They thought this a secret society, so it's not much that you can know unless you
I
right.
was just
really
gonna
a
say
part of it.
that, like it don't give you much. I don't care how
No.
much fucking snooping you try to go do, cause I was one of them. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this all it is? I know it's more to this.
Yeah, because it's an elite here, and I went to one day
And
Christmas
then on
party.
top of it, they don't really give you pictures or who or what.
No, they got places that you.
Man,
But mama, I went to one of their Christmas parties, and it was I forgot they called him the top something. The head something. He had on a big ass hat with a whole lot of jewelry. Looked like something
mhm,
from Africa, but that's the way they dress. Like in their private
mm,
parties.
Mhm.
And the women wear
So
all white. And
yeah, there you go. Or fuchsia.
yeah.
Either two.
So
mm.
It's either all white or fuchsia.
society and they do stick together. And
And look, pay attention with what you just say. Either white or future. Okay,
Mhm.
Kenneka FenWick was what? A fuchsia purple color.
Mm. And so, well, so, and what color was Shanquella's?
purple and pink.
Purple.
Like, yeah, purple.
Yeah, something
You
like
see a
that.
lot of ladies in fuchsia?
Mm.
Everybody had on.
Okay. Okay. Just show you how
No,
deep it is.
man, this is getting crazy. Is
Yes,
this
it
a
is.
Yeah, it
It is.
is.
This is the world we live in.
But
This
this,
is
but
what
what
we
I've
live
been saying for years, like I said, since I've been on this shit since
in.
the shit happened to the day because it disturbed me. I was at work, that shit disturbed me, and I've been saying the shit that they seeing now. And when I was saying that shit, motherfucker was like, that couldn't be. You see, she was by herself. Okay, but look at the cameras. You feel me? Look at the cameras. And the reason why I know about that because when
camera?
I was
They
working
had
in it,
all that.
yeah, because you know, when you work like me, only reason why I knew it was something because I used to work in the ED department, you know what I'm saying? And I used to watch the cameras and shit sometimes. When it was more than one person, the light, it'll come up that red thing and it'll be flashing to let me know it's more than one person over there. When it was by themselves, walking or doing whatever, it was just showing a
It's just
green,
one
like a
big,
green
yeah.
thing.
Sensor.
Yes.
The seed
But
Mac even said she was, we were talking about it last night. She was walking funny, you know.
She
Um,
was. Hey, I done been drunk. Come on, man. I could say now when she flipped over that thing, she probably was by herself then. But all that other ass shit, her leaning to the fucking side. Who the fuck she leaning on?
yeah.
Somebody's guiding her. She's laying her head on somebody's shoulder, chest, or something.
Mhm.
I think uh, if they got her, it was towards the end. I believe myself. And that right there was edited.
All that shit was egg. None of the time match. You look at the time frame that she's walking down the hallway. First it said this one time, and then all of a sudden it skipped 30 minutes to another time, but she's walking down the same hallway. How is that so?
That's what I'm saying. That's something the investigators of this case should have been able to pick up unless it was different cameras. You know
It
what I'm
kind
saying? Because
of
one camera
yeah.
gonna say one thing and another one gonna say another. But if it's off one camera, that's something that's easy.
If they had
That's what
cameras
I
in
say
them in
about
all the
with
fucking hallways,
Shanquella.
everywhere.
That that's why I say with Shanquella, you could tell that them tapes was edited because of the time frame. You know what I'm saying? They can see that, but they can't do that because it wasn't in America.
So now the Kendrick, the little brother Kendrick, I forgot his
Yeah,
last name.
that one too.
They had the cameras edited there too.
It's crazy. That's it. They just
That's just people wanting to get away from with some shit, man. That's all that is.
that is.
You know.
Yeah. But again, I just think the police play a big part in this shit too. They know they know
Of
what's
course
up.
I do.
That's why just listen to man. They knew what was up. That's why the way he was talking to her, like at the end of the day, like, oh well, shit, it ain't been 24 hours. Oh, okay, it has been 24 hours. Oh, okay, so what? So what you want us to do?
That's when I would have lied and said it's been 24 hours in my child. I'm for real. Like, yeah, I would have lied about that. It's been 24 hours and y'all need to get somebody here.
They
So
suck.
now we also know, now let's take a look at the history of the hotel. Remember that. You know, they've been doing stuff over there.
Yeah,
They've been
it's
doing stuff
dirty.
over there. And everybody knows about that location, even the people who are, you know, dispatching and things, they know about that location. And if anything goes down, you know, everybody probably getting paid to lay low, you
Yeah.
know. So I mean, there's a lot of factors going on with this case. You know, even though there was not in this case there was no body parts taken, but I'm trying to tell you that money moves things around.
Yeah.
Money moves
Yeah.
things around. These gangs ain't broke. These gangs are not broke. You know, so they went all out to do this. And as you notice, the girls insisted that she go to this party. So, you know, especially that, what was that? That dorky looking girl with the freaking ponytail in the middle of her hair like she was 5 years old. Uh, the
Um,
dodo, I call her the dodo bird. You know, she's sitting up there smiling all the goddamn time, like, you know. I'm
mm.
like, bitch, you know, she's
But
part of
tell
it.
me this though, Anonymous, why do the parents know they got it? They I believe they be knowing. They have to show them the evidence. And if you came to me with this shit and this is my child, it's not gonna fly. So why do they hide? They tell us what they want, but they don't tell us all of the story. Don't tell me half the truth. See, I can't, that's a lie to me. You lying to me. Now you got me in a riff and rattle over the situation, and you sit back, you ain't even as mad as I am. Excuse me, y'all, but it pisses me off. Tell the whole story, don't tell nothing at all. Keep that
Right?
shit to yourself.
Right? I don't
It
know why
pisses me
they do
off
that.
for a
Some
little bit of
people,
change. Man, come on.
hey, people do it, man, and they have no heart about it. You know, it's really
Bad,
sad.
man.
They have no fucking heart about it.
And these some beautiful girls. Beautiful girls.
Yeah, and they stupid as fuck. Ooh, I want to be in a gang. Nigga, what?
Uh-uh.
What do I got to do to get in the gang? Dummy. Big old dummy. And you know, I think one of them ended up getting killed.
For real?
One of them get killed. A lot of them are dead now.
See that?
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of them are dead now. You know, some of them still around. One of them, I think there was a video of one of them talking about it, and I saw something. I didn't go see it because
That's
I
crazy.
thought it was horse shit. But I might go try to find it. But they were saying, "Oh yeah, someone comes out now and tells the story." I'm like, nigga, you should have told that story back then. But sometimes they more scared of gangsters than they are anybody else. You know, which seeing what you just saw, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
walking in the hallway. So guess they put it black and white, like through camera vision, and that's supposed to be her walking through the hallway, and they caught a part where you can see if someone with like a black hat on and black shirt, the sleeves are rolled up. Yeah, so. But yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, you know what I mean? Um, and that's why if we all come together, we can help one another. Um, we all find stuff and that others didn't, and or something we made a video and something they caught and that we didn't, and it was our video. I mean, instead of fighting one another, we should be coming together and getting this case reopened and solved. But that's not gonna happen. But okay, another thing I wanted to show you guys, and like it ain't nothing like too big, but I just want to show y'all what I just was like, whoa. So see these like two little white dots, bam right there, and bam right there. Okay, by the star, bam, bam. Okay, I think they're there because where's that? This is why. I feel like she was sitting up before she was dead and all that. Up against where you see I made these like little butt mark imprints. And when you like go to a different picture and see that picture again, let me see if I have it. You see it here. Kind of a little bit. It's almost you can see like these circles, and it makes me feel like that was like the print of her butt and up her back. You know what I mean? So, um, I feel like them two white dots was because she was sitting up against the wall there, and them like metal nail looking things maybe were pressed up against her back and made a mark. I mean, I'm just saying. And also where these two red arrows, it almost looked like her shoe could fit perfectly up against there, like that's a kick mark. Okay, so that's that. Then you see right here on the right hand corner at the top, it starts going like these little lines back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then you see how in the floor, some of the floor, like by her shoes and over here in the corner where the ice is white. And then by her, this red mark, which probably blood, is dark. And then right here is white. It is like dull because you never ever washed your floor with like bleach, and when you scrub it, it just gets that dull look to it because they try to clean this shit up. And somebody tried to clean that wall up, and I'm gonna show you why, how. That I just think that because see how I got the lines back and forth, back and forth. That was if someone had a sponge or a rag trying to wipe it. When we wipe, we go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know. Now you see it here in the right corner, back and forth, back and forth, and here again. If you can't see it, let me really quickly see. Mark, pen, white. Okay, so I'm not perfect. I'm just doing this and then we're done. Okay, so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They wiped it. They were wiping it. Blood. And here is where I think that was her tick mark. And watch my thing here. Here. And like here, I swear I think that's where her butt printed. Do you see the circles now? Like this one here is really good. You can like almost see it perfectly right there. This one's not as good. I think she was laying up against there. It's her back. It's her back. And in between these right here is where them dots are. That is where them white marks are. I mean, I ain't perfect, but I'm just only telling y'all how I see it. I mean, like I said, what else would make them little marks like that? You can meet me in the comments and let me know what you think, but that's just one of my theories. Okay, so here, this picture here, we've all seen this with the girl, I don't know if that's Shamaya with her, and them saying Kenneka, is in the car and she's all fucked up and this and that. What I think is she was killed way before she ever went to any hotel party or anything. I don't even think she made it in the hotel. That's why there were so many actors, um, playing her. They had to cover it up. They had to have some kind of story of what they did. But I believe something happened to her while she was in that car. And I don't know, just back here, like back behind this girl where she is sticking her tongue out, right behind her where it's like the back seat of the car, you can see out the window. I almost want to say it looks like a boy in a black hoodie with white strings, a red jacket, and a blue jacket. Not call me crazy. Let me see. But I'm telling you right here, I see a black jacket with white strings, a red jacket, and a blue jacket. Blue, the red, and the black. And you can see two white strings. I'm telling y'all, something happened to her in this car. Now, this picture is not this light. When you see this picture, it's very dark. I had someone help me brighten it up. And then I made it bigger, screenshot it. Now, y'all, tell me, y'all don't see what I see. Okay, one, in her sunglasses, you can almost see on the left hand side someone standing in front of them with like a red jacket. Right at the very end. Like, and at the end of the glasses, there's blood on her cheek going down. There's blood on her shirt going down, on the girl's shirt. Kenneka's mouth on the left side here is busted open, y'all. Her top lip's busted. The right top lip's busted. Even above her right eye, above the glasses, you can see where her head's busted open. She's dead in this picture. I'd never seen it before until now, but that's just some of the things. But I'm gonna go. Hold on. Shoot, what did I do? Okay, go back in there. Sorry. Okay, let me go and alright, I'm gonna pull that up and I'm gonna get the marker. I just want to do this so you can see what I'm seeing, and then y'all can tell me later if y'all think y'all see what I see. Okay, here, right above this dot. Oh, hold on. That dot. This area. That is her head busted open. You can actually see a hole. Can I get it any bigger? There you go. You can see a fucking hole where it looks like she was stabbed in her head or shot in her head. You don't see it there? There's a fucking hole right there. A hole. Okay. Then, her nose is busted here. Black blood there. Alright, take that back off. Her nose got blood here. Okay, take that back off. Her mouth is busted here. Her mouth is busted here. There's blood here. Blood here. Blood, blood, blood. Now, this could be blood too, but I think this is all that. I'm gonna take it off. I think that's a reflection of the guy in the red hoodie. I could be wrong, but I know one thing I ain't wrong about is y'all see all these marks and all this blood that I got the picture so clear by doing what was it, dynamic, and then I threw it through a cool, and then through the warm, and just by like clearing it up and throwing this and throwing that on it, how all of a sudden I see all this blood and stuff up here. Y'all see it. I'm not, but I can tell you what, the girl had a hole in her head, and I believe that's why like they were, fucking around with her hair so much and all that because they were trying to cover all this up. And obviously, we were made to believe that she was in the car, fucked up, passed out. Well, they didn't realize when she was laying on the shoulder made the glasses move. And when they took the picture, you can see her eyes are open. And then the one, when someone passes away and their eyes are open, they get that foggy gray film across their eyes because they're dead. You can already see that in her eyes. Like this person's not alive. Unalive, definitely. Um, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show y'all. Um, what's that one? That was just basically pointing to all the marks. But I swear that looks like the guy in the red shirt. And I swear back there where I showed y'all, there's somebody back there behind that car. They just did this girl dirty, and we are like really on our asses about finding stuff. What is this one? Yolanda Jones. Didn't I make my statement 3 to 4 hours ago, stating they have somebody to reenact the poor baby? The actor bigger than life has
Yeah, right, tall glass. I feel what you're saying, baby. I don't know about that. I ain't finna agree with something. I don't see you ain't making me see that. Nope. There's too much imagination.
All right, I'm back. My shit was tweaking. But what y'all think about her findings? Y'all think she just fishing or she kind of like making sense?
I think she's making some sense. That last bit, because when I first seen the picture
I have
before
never seen that picture before.
when she was
Oh,
before she even explained the picture, I saw the bruises what she was talking about.
me too. I did see that off top. I'm like, damn. And then when she zoomed in, because at first when she first put it in, it looked like the shades was covering her face. But when she zoomed it up and that shit was lifted, I said she's dead in here. That girl's
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So a lot of things that went on at that party that were strange. I had never seen anything like it. And I guess that's what is being counted on by the viewers. Uh, there's,
I think they
I,
should reopen this goddamn place, shit, because that girl was murdered.
yeah,
And you look
and
at
I,
the pictures that when you see her in that freezer, some of them shit that she just pointed out was on that girl's skin besides that hole in her forehead because they did somehow put her hair over her forehead when that girl didn't even that and that was another thing. Pay attention to that too, y'all. In that picture when they found her in there, she had bangs. But on the other one, when she got there to the hotel, she had straight hair. It was a part. So how did she get from having long straight hair with a part in the front to a bang?
do you think the girls uh put that like that to cover something up?
It
Because
gotta
you
be,
can make
because
it
I'm
look
just
like a person got bangs when they don't.
I just that shit right there just made me look at something different because I have never seen this video, but I know a dead person when I see one. I used to do
Okay.
hospice and I did it for 10 years, and I know when somebody is dead. That girl was dead on that fucking picture. The
Yeah.
way her eyes was, because the way her eyes was is
So
the
that would
same look
change
that I seen
death though,
when I
would it?
found that man dead in his car. Them same eyes with glasses
Hmm.
on. Just I mean, not like that, but he had glasses on. But the way the glasses was tipped, that man was dead.
Exactly, but that's why we have medical examiners. They go to school for this. They can tell how much air was in your lung. They calculate the time of death. So therefore, that would change the whole time of death, right?
That,
Yeah,
but
but
it
they
also
had never
depends
even
on how
said the
much
time.
these
I don't
kids
even
got
remember them
paid.
saying
The mama had to
the
get the time
time.
of death. She
Listen,
had to do that. They had to do an autopsy on the body.
that money is something serious. Now,
So the
money
mama
will make
got
somebody
money.
edit.
Oh, so you saying the police, the medical examiner office had something to do with it too?
Okay, the guy that came in and picked her up was the chief, was a not chief, but he was the typical medical examiner that would always pick up bodies at that hotel.
Yes, but he's not the one that did the examination, right?
I
Yeah, he
believe he
was.
was.
So we know
Yeah,
that.
he was.
I'm gonna go
That's
look.
what they've been saying. Yeah, that's the ones, the videos that I seen. That's all what they've been proving the point that how he's supposed to be this, and he's coming in to get the body. He's not even a funeral home.
And that's what I'm saying. The forensics team's supposed to come in and do all that first. Why would the medical examiner be at a damn hotel?
That's what he
He
did.
was there because they
Oh,
say he owned that mother. He had something to do with the hotel. It said
so it's
down at the bottom of the hotel, that's where they was ordering the people organs and shit at. They got caught for that doing. They got caught in that same hotel 2 years ago about that shit, and it was him, his
okay. So
face.
like I said, once again, if I'm the mama and I know this, I'm not letting that fly. So either it's a game related or it's the system related, but it can't be both.
Yes, it can.
So you saying that? Okay, okay.
They could have the
I'm
gangs do
done.
their.
I don't know. That's all I
They
can.
can have the gangs do their dirty work.
Both of them, I do not know.
They can have the gangs do their dirty work.
Yeah.
It's a
Must have
system they
stole
got going
something
on.
big.
It's
If
a
she was killing, she
system.
stole something pretty big, something big enough that would put the forensics team and all them on board.
That they've been doing. That's one of the okay. I think it was it a couple months before this happened? Uh, they had just like they found that place in Arizona with all those bodies. There was a place there that got busted.
But
Okay,
wait,
and it's not far from the hotel. So there was something going on before then.
She had all her organs. So you saying, I know it was trafficking, they say, might have been in there.
Right. But I don't know what happened, but something happened, I guess, where they couldn't get them. I don't know. We don't know what it was. We know definitely gang related first. Maybe. We really don't know.
Exactly.
But that's just what they've been, what they've been coming up with. And
with all kind of stuff.
But right. So, but somebody set this girl up. It's obvious. It's obvious. What the details are or why, that is the question. But that same guy, if the hotel had anything to do with it, he's the guy they call to cover shit up. And some of the police department is in on it. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay. Hold on 1 second. Might be technical difficulties.
Damn, I don't know why they keep booting me up out the stream yard. Fuck it, we to the clubhouse, y'all.
All right. I guess it booted everybody out.
Damn, I'm back. This shit about ready to piss me off. That how that shit keep knocking me off. And yeah, man, I don't know what the fuck going on today, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We about to head to that clubhouse. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, select that notification bell, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. If you wanna tap in, because you know the conversation don't stop here. You know, it continue in the clubhouse. So if you want to be a member of the clubhouse, download the Clubhouse app and join the real Gangland TV. You will see the Gangland emoji up there. So, yeah, man, y'all tap in. We're going to be in that clubhouse. We'll be back tomorrow and grab a coat. It's getting cold as fuck. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Gangland. Appreciate y'all.
Niggas know me, been off the points is like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, baby.
Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My ninth and wood, nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't into that. You niggas don't talk no guns, we ain't into that.
Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgiveness. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big. Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hold something.
Ooh, y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing. That's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell. That's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field.